I drove field cuts through my neighborhood.
Hi, everybody. Let me get this little shit out of my way here.
God
There
damn
we
it,
go.
Joe, get out of the road with your bike.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fearlessly Authentic. I'm your host, Lucky, and we got Stever over there.
Yo, what up?
And the lovely Elle Latham cosplaying as a squirrel. Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought I'd cheer everyone up tonight and have a cute little squirrel from outside as my avatar instead of Klaus.
Instead of Klaus.
Getting a little squirrely.
Sometimes you just need to look at a squirrel for a while.
Yes. Like
The squirrel distraction will be longer than usual. This is a different squirrel, by the way. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I assume so. The tail's different, in my opinion.
And very beautiful squirrels.
Little loves it. I'm sure. I don't need emojis. I got the real thing. I just got out of the shower before the show.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and just
all
a
good
reminder
ones.
that it is
all good ones.
Juneteenth Day.
What deal? What is your deal? You need to get up here.
Happy Father's Day to the good fathers, and how dare you to the ones who are not good.
Yeah.
Yes, and the ones that have passed on. My dad's gone.
Mine too. So shout out to all the dead dads and all the dads that are still living.
That just sounds so weird. Okay.
Well,
how do we say it like that? It's like, oh.
Eventually we'll all be dead, so, we'll be dads then.
Play Father of Mine by Everclear.
Exactly.
That's my childhood almost.
Leo, what is your deal?
There, he just was absent. Negligent. Oh, he would promise things. That's like that song is like, you promised to go, to take me to the beach or to the movies. I'm like, yeah, relatable. We would have to beg to go somewhere. And then he'd be like, yeah, sure, we're probably going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then 2 hours later, yeah, we're not doing that. Mm-hmm. Hey, why don't you come with me to Parents Without Partners? Or why don't you come with me to the bowling alley or some shit? Like, I'm like, that's not what we wanted to do, but okay. Or no, the pool hall. He would always take us to the pool hall. I'm having flashbacks. Sorry. Let's continue. Mm-hmm. I don't like this day. I don't know if that's clear.
Right. Everybody's got some daddy issues. It's all good, And
now it's Juneteenth at the same time, so I'm like on the fence. Like, don't do that to me.
Lady Alex, Wesley Donison, Gamer Ganjas, Dingo, Popeye, Trish G. Got all these good
Love
people.
You all.
We do.
Yeah, little.
I know. Trish,
Vicky Adams.
Trish, you were asked about last night. You weren't with us in the chat, and people were like, "Where's Trish?" Just so you know.
Same thing with Oz Whistles. Anybody has any Oz Whistles?
Yes.
Please let us know, because
I'm hoping to see him soon.
He's been MIA for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I should grab my phone and make sure that there's nothing on Discord from him. I'm really bad about checking my Discord.
Oh, I suck at checking my Discord.
Oh, what's that again? I keep forgetting that it exists.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
someone on there that I actually like to talk to, but I never get to anymore because I just don't care about Discord. Yeah. And it should be in the title. It's pretty obvious what that app is about. Not to be a downer, but it's Discord. It's literally called that.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything on my phone from him. I don't know. I never got like you know, I never did like a WhatsApp thing with him or anything. Some people I have for WhatsApp, you know, we use WhatsApp at being out of the country. It's a lot easier. But I'm sure that he's probably just taking a break or something. But yeah, we're gonna keep putting positive vibes out there for Oz right now, and you know, that he's okay.
Let's hope that didn't happen, Dingo.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah. Dingo's like, he got the sniffles, so they threw him in quarantine camp. Like, no.
No, I hope not. Oh my gosh.
Crazy Australian.
Crazy Aussies. You never know. You could end up on in a whole different country near there, surrounded by wombats that have mange and won't stop sneezing on you.
Okay, Steve. See, okay, he's taking stuff that like I watched a thing earlier, like about wombat rescue.
Shut up! It was closely related.
And they had like one of the things that they deal with was mange. So like he's taking this little bit of
Mange,
information,
COVID, whatever.
You know,
monkeypox.
He's combining the two.
If you're a
Just so
wombat,
you guys
don't care
know,
about that.
That's where Steve. That's where like
You just want some corn. You want some corn on the cob to eat.
Yes, there was
like
a
crazy,
farting wombat.
You could be a farting, sweet corn loving, corn eating wombat that like they eat it like they're like crazed beavers or something. They destroy a fucking.
So now you know
corn.
where his like where that comes from, because like otherwise it seems really random. Because they are a marsupial, they are not the same family as a squirrel.
That's right. A squirrel is not a marsupial, no matter how judgmental it is.
So Steve, did you enjoy your nap today for Father's Day? Took a nice Father's Day nap.
I did. I could have slept a lot longer
with Leo too, and it was
Till
funny
tomorrow.
because I go in the bedroom. And Leo is like he starts running around like crazy, like, oh no, I got caught, like he wasn't supposed to be in there or something. I don't know.
He had permission.
He you know, like he just acted like a crazy dog, like running around like a maniac.
It could be a distraction, Popeye. Just pay attention. You'll know eventually.
Everything in life is a distraction.
That's right.
Like this.
Bing.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
So somebody already made this little meme of this poor kid on the bike, and I'm like, you know, those are the, you know, they used to be, you know, it used to be those colors, the blue and the yellow together, always reminded me of like Sweden's flag. Same, you know, like the Swedish colors. But now it just reminds me of Ukraine. So I had Steve add a couple little things, you know, to the helmet. You changed the shirt, right?
Yeah, he got a little heat transfer there. little Azov
The poor
battalion.
child.
Yeah, and on the helmet, he's got a little, and on his little boot there, on his little chukka, he's got the little Nazi N. It's N for Nazi, right? That's how it works.
Sure. Speaking of Nazis, I found a really crazy website. I'm going to put it in the chat for people who are not like really squeamish, but it's pretty insane. And if you go to it, tread carefully. My gosh, like put your hand on the screen or some shit, but go all the way down. And they have like a kill list kind of thing. I can't say that. It's not a kill list. It's like a list of people who are bad, who are terrorists in their eyes in Ukraine. Not in Ukraine, but some of them are Ukrainian, I think. But Russian sympathizers, that sort of thing. This website has been up for years. I think since 2014. What a quinkadink. But that's when it was active, the most active, like 2014, 2015. A dude got killed, a writer got killed after they put his address on their website, which they brag about.
Yep,
It's
I
pretty crazy.
remember hearing that story. I know that website that you're talking about. That's fucked up.
It's gnarly. I'll put it safely in the chat. You can go there if you want, but do tread carefully, as I said, like seriously, because it's horrific.
Joe, the early Jim Crow racist training wheel riding little monkey there. That's when he was a young man, back in the 60s, I guess, or I don't know.
It's called Wagner Mercenaries and Terrorists. They were established. They were launched December 15th, 2014. Just a coinkydink that was, when everything started getting really violent with Nazis. It's just a coinkydink.
That's the same.
Connection.
Can you put that in a private chat too, so I can copy it?
That's the same group of people that have Ava Bartlett and other people on like kill
I don't know
lists.
if it's exactly the same because I saw there was another not a website, but like another
I believe
group,
there are
Ukrainian
several
group that has the same, has an actual like kill list or whatever, and that Henry Kissinger is on it, which is hilarious. Actually, no, that's that one. This one is the Henry Kissinger one because he said that we need peace in the region at the Davos. So they were not happy about that and allegedly put him on their list.
I think Leslie Nielsen did pass away recently, and stop calling me Leslie.
Recently?
Yeah, last couple of
Wasn't
years.
That a while ago?
Was it? I'm thinking like 2017.
I think it was pretty long ago. Let me check. Oh, I went to the wrong.
Oh my gosh, Odyssey is not letting me put that link in there. I don't know why. It's saying I'm putting it on my own freaking Odyssey. It says, please do not spam.
Oh, well,
2010. That was 12 years ago.
It was 12 years ago?
Yeah.
God damn. I must be in like one of them, what do you call them? Fucking marmot-induced time warps.
You got a Mandela effect, a Nielsen effect?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I like that one better, actually.
Yeah. I'm so sad that like I can't.
It won't let me. Odyssey is not letting me put that in the chat.
It's gnarly.
Nelson Mandela have like the best PR people in the world working for him.
Can somebody check?
They painted him as like this beautiful, beautiful person.
Can somebody check out the Odyssey chat and see if it's working for you?
Oh, it's working. Yeah, I see it a couple of times, a few times.
What? The thing I put in there?
Yeah. If I open it, it says the thing that it says, and then it'll say a thing because it doesn't want you to be there. And then you wait for it. Oh, shit. I saw it again. I can't unsee it. Then it takes you there. And it's
the chat is blank. It's blank on my end.
Weird.
But no, it works. I just did it myself. So.
No, I mean.
You just can't see it.
I opened it.
That you put in there worked for her.
I opened it. It works.
Okay, but what I'm saying though is that I see nothing on my end of the Odyssey chat.
Right.
Is it blank for everybody?
No, I said it's not blank for me.
No, she clicked on the link. She saw the link.
All right. Well, this is weird because it's blank for me. Like it's.
I'll maybe reload that page, that tab.
Shit, what is my password on Rumble?
This is all wacky.
I'm like, I don't understand.
But it does have a message like at the beginning from the server. So you just have to get past that and then prepare yourself and then put your hand on the screen.
I don't know.
Like it's legit propaganda, like not even just propaganda, it's murdered soldiers on their page. And they're just like, hey, look at this. We want you to look at this. It's disgusting. And I'm not sharing it to like say, ooh, look at this disgusting shit. I'm sharing it to say, this is allowed. We're not allowed to talk about the whatever the fuck they don't want us to talk about.
Now it's showing. That's weird.
We're not allowed to talk about so many things on this platform.
But that shit's fine. Yeah.
But that's online. With no repercussions.
Yikes.
With lists of people that they target. that have,
Oz
and one of them
Whistles.
has actually been killed. Like, come on,
Oz Whistles.
There he is.
let's go. Hey,
We
Oz
was looking
Whistles.
for you. We were looking for you,
We love
brethren.
you.
Hey.
We're looking at some gnarly shit right now, Oz Whistles. You had great
Yeah.
timing.
As we were worried about you, like all of us collectively.
He dipped out for a minute.
Yeah, we were hoping that you didn't. We were talking about the wombats
Mhm.
because I watched a documentary on a lady that does wombat sanctuary earlier, and so Steve got that in his head, and he brought up the wombats and the mange that they have, and so yeah,
Mange.
we were talking about that earlier, not long ago.
Mangy corn eating wombats.
Well, no, that one wasn't mangy.
Well, he just farted a lot, but he was
He farted once.
whatever. It was a lot for a little wombat, I think.
I don't think they're so little. They're like super muscular and strong. They're like solid little.
Riley Martian's like, "Where's the link to the things? Give me the links to the wombats with the farting and the whatnot."
I don't,
Yeah, you need
I don't
something
have
after
farting
that, like,
wombat links.
something
Oh my
nice
gosh, I
after
don't
that.
know.
that
Jilly
link.
Love. It has been a fucking tremendously exhausting week with all of
I
the
started with
things.
something heavy to get it out of the way. like on top of everything, we have this that exists. So yay,
Everything will be that much lighter now.
right?
Yep.
Cue the bike fall. No,
Right.
I know,
cue the
right?
pride speech.
I think the best bike fall video is the one with the off-key flute playing.
Yes.
I love that one. It's so especially
Oh, no,
it's
that
so
sounds
difficult to.
horrific.
It's horrible.
It's like Titanic.
It's like a train wreck. You can't look away. You're like, oh, that's awful. I can't.
And
stop
the best
looking.
part is he was almost done. He was like just right there, and then nope.
Yeah. They were like, "Come
So
on, Joe,
close.
another quarter mile, and you get your meds again. Let's go, buddy."
I know. Look at him. Oh, so
I'm sure everyone in the chat knows of what we speak.
yes.
Oh, when Oz Whistles, I'm cosplaying as a squirrel tonight. If you didn't notice,
Popeye's directing. He's like, "Play this
a very
music."
judgmental squirrel. The squirrel looked right dead in my eyes, and
Oh
I
my
thought that
God.
was really cool. So it's establishing eye contact with us on everything, and just judging us silently, as squirrels do.
I'm like, try not to be too distracted. Yeah, Jilly, there's some good news about Assange. What news was good? Anthony. Peaches is not talking gamer. That is annoying squawk noise. That is not normal. Like Happy Bird.
That's like pterodactyl level.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they are. He is a cousin to a pterodactyl for real. Like,
That's pterodactyl level squawking, and we will not endure too much of that. Well, actually, we'll just endure whatever the fuck the bird wants.
yeah. See, Trish, I told you that people were looking for you. We notice like we know our fam's like habits and like hey, we notice when you haven't been around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, famine here is like ride or die. Everybody's like, "Where's Oz? Where's Trish? What the fuck is going on? Where are these people?"
Can you imagine if
I
I
want
wasn't,
answers now.
what would happen if I wasn't around for a couple days?
My avatar may look like a squirrel, but I'm not squirreling around here.
Nope.
So Jilly said that on Moats, Craig Murray said that he has 2 more appeals and a higher court and a lot of more evidence in his favor is allowed.
Oh, good. That's an appeal I'm okay with.
Yeah.
That's the appeal that matters.
It shouldn't even. We shouldn't even be at that point. Because he shouldn't be in there to begin with. Okay,
It's ridiculous
but
to
you
begin
know,
with, but because we're dealing with
But this
fucking-
is the only appeal that matters really in the universe at this point, in my opinion.
yeah, it's a big one. I agree.
This is a very, very wide-ranging, like chilling, effect-inducing result if it doesn't.
Yeah,
That appeals.
it's a boulder in the pond. You know, it's more than a ripple. It's an iceberg falling in the water and fucking,
It will affect everyone.
yeah,
Yes, Peaches, everyone.
that's right, Peaches. Even
I
you.
don't know who that is. I wish them all the luck in the world. I tried to find them. They were on World Economic Forum. They talked about him a teeny bit, but like because he was in a race with someone else, some chick, and they were like boasting about the chick winning or whatever in one of these elections in Colombia a while ago, a long time ago. Not 2019, not that long ago. And
yeah, no, this is a
they mentioned his
historic.
name in the result.
Longer.
This is a historic win today in Colombia. This is historic.
Drew
This
Stenko.
is-
Rob
that's
Juno. Nice to see you.
That's the idea, but there have been historic wins here, if we can think back a little bit further, that we thought was a really great moment in history that ended up being a not so great moment in history. So we'll just see what happens.
Right.
I'm not getting my hopes up on that one.
I don't get my hopes up on fucking anything anymore. Like, I just can't.
I'm a cynical
saying, you know.
motherfucker now. I just wait for the shit to happen. Fuck it.
I'm only hoping for the giant meteor, and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's a good plan. I like it. As far as exit strategy, it works out pretty well. You get over the initial.
It's just hard for me to believe he won't end up at Davos at some point. Just looking at the past, the recent past, and what they've done with Latin America and everything.
Yes.
Oh
what
my
they'll do.
gosh. What is wrong with him?
Peaches is feeling like a little right wing right now, and he's just letting us know.
Literally?
Yeah, literally
Literally.
and figuratively. And I think he heard somebody mention that that Assange cozied up to the Trump team and all of this, and he's very opinionated about.
He's
that.
protesting.
He is.
He is protesting for sure. I don't know what
Pterodactyls
exactly.
for justice.
It's a pterodactyl freaking screeching protest, and I'm not really sure what his problem is.
I've heard a few activists out there screeching. I think that's socially acceptable. Peaches needs to listen to the Almond Brothers. That's right. He needs to listen to that record.
The Almond Brothers? That would be a funny parody. Wouldn't that be funny if we had like an Almond Brothers band in like a commercial for like a candy or something? Not candy, no.
Well, that's really
almonds.
funny because
Just for regular almonds, but it's like Almond Brothers.
The name of the Almond Brothers, before they were the Almond Brothers, they were the Almond Joys, which is a candy bar. Serially, I'm not even kidding. It's a true story. Yeah, Greg and Dwayne were in a band called the Almond Joys. That's fucking crazy.
Okay.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you are.
Almond Joys got nuts. Mounds don't. This record doesn't taste like almonds.
Oh my gosh, remember when they personalized, I don't know if that's the right word, but made the raisins a band or whatever. That's what I'm envisioning. They made them human, and now they did that with the M&Ms as well. But they keep they humanize these fucking things that we're supposed to eat. It's so weird, this culture. So really, cannibalistic. Really
we were getting into this.
Oh, are you gonna get into my thing? I don't know if we should. My Twitter. I know that some of you saw it and some of you are not on Twitter, but I asked a question because I think of things and I'm like, all right, I
have to get on board with this. I love mangoes also, Lady Alex.
I was eating.
I like mango and peach together.
Oh yeah,
yogurt one.
a match made in heaven. Those two. Those two fruity little
You had to say
bastards.
the P
I love
word.
'em.
You had to say the P word.
I'm a Georgia peach. I will say peach.
Oh, there it is. See, there's the callback to the Almond Brothers Eat a Peach album.
Are you okay? Don't be upset if a pterodactyl starts screaming.
Oh,
Don't make me call my brothers and sisters. There's
one of
the other
my
Almond
favorite
Brothers.
albums is called White Peach. If you look it up, you'll understand why. Well, you won't probably, but like that's what I like.
Pretty
I
much
like,
my favorite Almond Brothers album that I heard for the first time was Eat a Peach, and that's like the fucking shit. That's just like so good.
Now I can't remember who the fuck wrote
Bunch of
this
good
album.
songs on there. All the good songs on there, and a couple other ones too.
Not even the name of the album.
Les Bones, nice to see you. Rob Juno, the Wizard. Nice
White
to see
Hot
you,
Peach.
boy.
My bad.
White Hot Peach.
Yeah, Primitive Radio Gods.
Oh yeah,
classic.
no, I remember that.
Yeah.
What the record?
Great
cover
album.
Look? What's
I
that
love
cover
Fading
look
Out.
like? I remember that.
Great song.
Maybe somebody had that T-shirt or something. I remember that like vividly.
What Are Records? Indeed. Like that's the name of the label. They were on like an indie label at that point because Motherfucker didn't really do what they wanted it to do. We should listen to Motherfucker, except probably like copyright shit. And that's definitely a label, so maybe we can't listen to Motherfucker. But if you haven't listened to Motherfucker, I'll leave it in the chat so you can listen to it because it's a really good song.
Nice.
You guys would like.
Peaches and Regalia.
It's a badass song. I can read the lyrics though. That helps. Motherfucker. Rocket.
I don't like raisins, peppers, or okra, Lady Alex says. I like raisins and
I
peppers.
don't like okra either.
Okra, if you cook it right, it's all right. It's something. It's something green, and you could put like tomatoes in it and stuff, and it's fine. Whatever. It doesn't really. I don't know. It's nothing to get excited about. It's not like, oh God, I can't wait till I get home and get some okra. You know what I mean? You never hear anybody like that excited about the okra. I guess maybe some guy in Arkansas might be like, hey, don't fucking talk about my okra.
That might be someone's favorite food. I don't get it though.
It could be. I mean,
so
other things are people's favorite foods that
anything's
are awful.
possible.
Okay, so the tweet that Steve referred to that he was talking about was, I said, do you have a problem eating bugs but still eat meat from intelligent animals? I truly want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And that really kind of like it hit some nerves with some people.
Fried okra is good. I like that, Cirrus. Definitely. You got to have the right stuff on it.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
You're gonna have some crickets with it, some hot sauce. Oh, delicious. A little onion and garlic powder. Yes,
I
it
sent
has
in
to
the.
be. Those. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, go ahead, Al.
So we could look at the lyrics to that song so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because it's a very not ahead of its time. It was like right on time, but the label didn't give a fuck. And neither did anyone on the radio, the college radio, which is where they played it, I'm sure. Because it's called Motherfucker. They're not going to play it on the radio 24/7. That just wasn't going to happen. But it was their second single. So I should preface by saying Primitive Radio Gods did the song Standing. Okay, hold on. Standing. What is the name of this fucking song? Standing outside a phone booth. Okay, standing outside a broken phone booth with money in my hand, which was a very big hit in 1996 that everybody knows if they hear it, I think. So it also sampled a blues great, B.B. King, in the chorus, which everyone enjoyed. But this was the follow-up, the failed follow-up, Motherfucker, which goes after the government, yay, which you're not allowed to do on a major label. So that's what happened.
They don't like that shit. Sony says, fuck you, get out of here.
This was off their debut album, Rocket, with their studio album with Columbia Records at the time. Sony now. So Sony would get on our ass if we played this shit. Yep. I ain't going to do that. So 1996, same year this came out. And if you just look at the lyrics, you can figure out what the fuck's going on.
I like the lyric. That first verse, that looks dope.
When do I get paid for all the money you made? Selling souls. It kind of goes like that song, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. It's kind of like that kind of rhythm, too.
Yep.
Another law has been passed designed to break your ass and keep the middle class quiet and still. You talk a lot about justice and then go and bust us, except for a chosen few. I've got a God-given right to smoke whatever I like, so tell me how it got given to you, motherfuckers. The monkey looks back at his foot in the trap, and it's the boogeyman coming for you. He sells you a spade to dig out your own grave, and you can cover yourself when you're through. I never just say no. So take your slogans and go. I'm going to spell it so there ain't no doubt. Because I'm the one with the other. I'm a bad motherfucker and my bullet's going to find you out. It's a little much. Yeah, this would be insurrection level now. 4 billion people all strung out of their minds on power trips, enslaving ships, not seeing that they're blind. One day I'll be in front of you. One day I'll be in front of you. I'm not singing that one the way it's sung just to get around it. Put up your hands. Give me all your money. Don't think, don't blink, because I can't rely on you. I sold myself and I'll sell you with me. Don't blink, don't think that I can rely on you. Mothers and fathers, it's your sons and daughters that they're selling to the prison cells. Why so afraid of the flesh you made and the lies that the preachers tell? Well, I was born to run on the light of the sun and the smell of the woman's wrist. I'm out of things to say, so there's a raw display in the power of the silent truth. 4 billion people, not anymore, it's like 7, right? 4 billion people all strung out of their minds on power trips and slaving ships, not seeing that they're blind. One day I'll be in front of you. One day I'll be in front of you. Then back to,
I'm trying to do both things. And Steve's distracting.
Give me all your money.
I didn't do
and
anything.
then it does the whole thing again. Put up your hands. Give me all your money.
See, everybody's giving you shit.
That's what they're doing, really.
Owns the rent yet.
I just wrenched him. What are you talking about?
I'm 30 seconds behind, so I don't know.
I'm trying to do the thing on this.
I think Elle has a career in bluegrass rap. I mean, she's got that cadence.
Shush. It's not even like that. Like, I can't do the real thing. But also it has the music that goes with it that sounds better. But yeah, put up your hands, give me all your money. Don't think, don't blink that I can rely on you. Yeah, so it was a real big hit.
The first half of the song is stronger than the second half, but
it's a label.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Consider that he probably like got picked, and then they're like, "All right, you can't do too much."
Edited as fuck, probably. The version where
who knows? I don't know, but I would have to get it. Oh, I could get it. I would get an interview with him if I could. The writer of the song, his name is. I don't remember. O'Connell, something O'Connell. O'Connor, sorry, Chris O'Connor. Chris O'Connor wrote it, and he produced that album too.
Les Bones must bend the knee first, and then receive the wrench.
I don't know what he's supposed to bend the knee for.
To the Burritonian empress.
No.
Empress.
There is no bending of the knees that needs to happen.
Wow.
I don't know what is happening, but
I didn't see that. Oh. But he's an auteur. He wrote all of the songs on the records.
Good
Chris
man.
O'Connor. So let's give him some props. Like a songwriter wrote for his own band. Not a collaborative effort, apparently. He wrote it all himself, allegedly. So that's pretty cool. That's why I like singer-songwriters, like one and dones. I just appreciate it more because I can relate. I've never written a song with anyone else.
Steve and I've written songs. He just, hasn't actually like recorded them and like done the whole thing. Like
we're working on a little stock file.
Yeah, like I wrote a bunch of songs too.
Yeah, I've written a bunch of songs that are just songs that I've written and music for them and stuff. But over the years too, like there's a few that I wrote with my old bass player.
Jelly says that that's both.
It's fun to write songs with people as well, because just having that like back and forth, like, oh, this looks like that sounds like this would fit here really well, and then one or the other of you will say something that's clever, and it will, you know what I mean? It's pretty fun to fucking
Oh my god!
do that.
It just won't stop.
Beaches is rowdy tonight, you guys.
Can you go see if there's anything you can do for him?
He's had enough of this shit.
Go give him some broccoli or something.
Not gonna take it anymore.
I gave him strawberries this morning with me. Stop it.
Pterodactyl solidarity.
Oh my gosh, something's wrong with him. Oh.
So you moved.
Well, that was really cool. The lyrics. I should put those in the chat for anybody that wants to get those.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's not a great song. It's not his best, but it's pretty good. I really recommend White Hot Peaches, the album, to check out. Rocket is very good as well, obviously. I mean, it's the debut album, but White Hot Peach is just a different vibe. It's just nice. It's soft. Not soft. I shouldn't say it. It's just nice. And there are a lot of 90s people like who did albums that I've never heard of on the radio that I've like check out and I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. Like Toad the Wet Sprocket is another one. I really recommend them. They have more recent work too, so
Big Head Todd.
It's cool to see that they're still hanging out in an indie way after getting fucked over by
Big Head
labels.
Todd is another artist who's very prolific and writes a lot of really good shit. If you're into Big Head Todd or also Guster, really good. There's a bunch of fucking really good bands that are just out there doing it.
And it's
December.
80s people like Simple Minds did something a while ago, and then one of my faves, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, OMD. They did The Punishment of Luxury, which is a great album from 2017. And then there's A Flock of Seagulls is doing like orchestral shit, so like orchestral remakes of their past songs. And
I
stuff.
saw a really cool thing of
But they're touring and everything.
Corey Wong playing with an orchestra, and his like punchy ass little like funk fucking thing with the horns and the bass and the keyboards and the drums, and really good with the orchestra. And they're just like banging out all of these Corey Wong originals and Wolfpack songs. I seen that on YouTube like yesterday, the day before. I was like, damn, that's really fucking polished and sounds really fucking good. Really neat to hear like strings and horns and like horns on top of horns. Because like the band's already like super punchy funk thing, and then to have an orchestra being funky with the funk band is just like, holy shit, that's fucking syncopated fucking grooviness. I like it. It makes you want to shake your ass. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Shake your ass. I don't know what you're working with. Oh my gosh. Didn't someone do a fucking parody with the vaccine in their song, and it was so embarrassing? Was it Shake Your Ass? That guy? But it was Ja Rule. I know it was Ja Rule. I don't know what the fuck it was, what song it was, but it was a Ja Rule song. He just took that money. He was like, all right, let me go ahead.
Stop it.
What do I got to sing?
What is with everybody? What is happening here today?
Tense animal dynamics.
What I miss?
Sweetie is like mad at Bonkers. I don't know. For walking by.
Oh.
No. There is just
Wow,
it's a mess. It's a Sunday mess. I don't know.
zoo around here.
Perfect
Somebody call
ending
the
to a perfect
zookeeper.
week.
For fuck's sake. Oh, so how's everybody else doing on this Sunday? A lot of fucking, they pushed through a bunch of weird shit. They're like, oh yeah, all the babies can have vaccines now. It's great. Line up.
Yeah.
And that's
fucking
Riley,
great.
who are you want me to ask?
Maceo Parker fucking rules. I've seen him a couple of times
In the
with
Navy.
James and without James, and never seen him live though. Well, yeah, I've seen him at Bonnaroo the one time I went to Bonnaroo.
Oh, that's
That was-
mystical. I apologize. I don't know my rappers.
Mystical.
Oh my
Shake Your
god.
Ass is mystical. But I didn't say that he was Ja Rule though, so that's fine.
Gabriel, I didn't take that long to wrench Les bones. Oh my god.
That was the longest wrenching in history.
You guys are brutal.
Les is looking at his watch. He's like, God damn it.
Damn it!
What is taking her so long? It's usually like 37 seconds.
I'm like trying to like do the lyrics thing with Steve, and I'm trying to like keep up on the thing, and Peaches is screaming, and like and then Steve's over here looking at me from like behind the laptop, like, well, are you gonna wrench him? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm trying really hard right
I had
now.
your back, Les.
I'm trying. I'm not trying to not have people wrench. It's all good now. Whew.
Yeah, so anybody who's got links to share, please.
Yes, links. If you have stuff going on, please share.
That was fucking horrible. Just read that like an hour or so ago. That Hunter went to her storage unit and all her stuff, like a whole fucking storage unit full of stuff. Just
is it a
stolen.
storage unit that she has the stuff in? I should have texted her. I didn't.
Yeah, like she said, it was a storage unit and all of her
she
stuff
said storage
was stolen. Well, I don't know if it was a unit then. Okay, it was definitely storage. I don't remember. But what I do know is that's fucking sucky. I've had a similar thing happen to me years ago with a bunch of stuff that I thought I had perfectly stored.
It really sucks.
I've lost
I mean,
all the things that I've had like a few times
Oh
in my
my god!
life. So
Can you?
it gets less traumatic each time it happens.
I don't know what's wrong with my bird. We're vegetarian, or else I would
screaming.
threaten to cook him and eat him. But I'm not.
rude. I did put something in the chat, but we can get to it whenever because it's just for lulz. More pandering.
Oh, Wes checked out the band Big Something that I recommended.
Nice.
And he said they remind me a lot of the People Tree group I was in, Space Flute and all. Yes. That's so awesome. Yeah. Big Something are awesome. And the guys themselves, like I felt like I corrupted them just by meeting them because they're like sweet Southern boys from North Carolina. And but yeah, like I felt like, I corrupted them just by meeting them. But it was fun and they're awesome. And Casey space whistled my entire existence. It's a thing.
I had a weird moment when
Oh my god.
a band I had never heard of, a local band named Arizona, but I had never heard of them, and they kind of like.
Oh, Riley,
they're
that's
white.
Elle. That's Elle talking. Riley doesn't realize who you were.
I'm the squirrel.
The squirrel.
I'm cosplaying.
She's the
as a
squirrel, Riley. Geez, keep up, would you?
Squirrel. The day
Squirrel.
you go squirrel.
Squirrel.
So anyway, yeah, I made a post that was political in nature or nonpartisan, and they liked it, I guess. And then they started following me, and I was like, okay, I guess I gotta follow them back. I'm an asshole. I mean, their whole group and shit. And I followed them back, And then I listened to their music and I was like, damn, that's some good shit. It was like 80s kind of a vibe. Like there was one song that was really good. Really good. I forgot the name of it, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it, even so. I probably could find it if I looked their name up. But like they're a band. They're called Arizona. They're like the band, not the state, in their bio. In case you were wondering.
Les Bones will never forget the day that they came in and got wrenched. Sorry. I'm still in the chat trying to catch up from before.
Well, the name of the song was What She Wants, and it's a very vibey kind of song. It's from 3 years ago.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this bird. I really don't. I'm trying to catch up on this chat.
Yeah. Columbia.
Free the bird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then he'll just come and bite our feet. I don't want to get feet bitten.
Free bird.
I think that,
Somebody said that in the chat, didn't they?
what song you want to
Free
hear?
bird.
Free bird. Always.
That's the only good
Oh,
song they
man.
did. Sorry, no, that's not true.
Yeah, we
but
can
it's one of the
do
best.
classic rock, you know,
Simple Man was also good.
references all day, and this room gets them. That's a good thing, Drew. I agree, because sometimes, like, you know, I've had it happen where you when you fucking bottom that fucking hard, you end up just being stronger and realizing that you're more resilient than you thought you were. When you lose all your shit and you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I won't even have a pair of shoes, you know. I've been in that position before, and it just like points out to you that other people are actually kind sometimes, and mutual aid is a thing. And you know, it teaches you to be fucking humble and value everything that you do have. And yeah, maybe even you kind of turn into a hoarder later because you don't want to lose your shit again. But that's the thing, you know what I mean? It's like this constant battle of like, well, I got all this stuff and I need a place to keep my stuff because I got so much stuff. I got to get some more stuff. You know, fucking Carlin nailed that shit. But yeah, that's the deal. You know, you just
It's messed up though because it's sentimental things too. and
yeah, that's the thing that really that hurts.
That's what
makes you
really.
cynical inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sentimental things. It's the things that can't be replaced.
Mhm.
You know. But then you think like, well, at least it wasn't a person that I lost.
I have a perfect example when
but still, like that's awful. It's devastating, and
I
you
left-
feel it.
I left all my ticket stubs from like literally, you know, 20 fucking plus years of going to shows, and it was a Herman Survivor work boot box, and they were all, you know, elastic together and shit. There was like 2,000 fucking ticket stubs in there, almost 2,000, and I had them stored at my mom's in her tool shed in the back, and it leaked. And they got all fucking moldy and rotten and shit, and like in a bunch of records and a bunch of other stuff did, and like never realized it because I just wasn't there, you know, to check on it for a couple of years, and then that was a drag. That's the thing. Like, if I could have anything back, like, can I have that back, please? That was so cool to just sit there and just fucking remember all of those shows, every one of those fucking ticket stubs represented. It was really cool, but you know, I got all the memories still in my head. They're all jumbled up and fucking swirled into a smoothie, but they're mine. What do you want?
Can you go put the light on for him? I turned it off, and I gave him some broccoli. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what's wrong with the bird. He's broken today. Like, I don't know. They said he's squawking at precisely the right times. No squawking is
Yes.
precisely the right time.
He has excellent timing. He's punctuation.
Shelly.
Being a minimalist is cool too, but it's also cool to have, you know, people just have stuff, and, you know, keepsakes and things, and like, you know, I know people that like saved fucking, the flyer you got outside the show when you were walking around and some hippie handed you some fucking weird thing when you're walking through the parking lot. I know people that would have stacks of that stuff, just like
I feel like
forever.
I have like this like endless hope right now that somehow something got messed up, or like somehow some of it will be returned, or something like there's a mix up. I want there to be so badly a solution where everything of hers is not gone, like where it's not the stuff from her child.
That would be,
like I really am like, oh,
best case scenario.
That's why I'm like, I don't know the details of whether it was a storage unit or what happened, but I sent Hunter a text.
Yeah, if you can help Hunter Carranza out, please do. She's a sweet lady, and that sucks to lose all your fucking shit.
Yes. Yeah, Les Bones is gonna remember I was wrenched on Juneteenth on Lucky Burritos.
Boom. That's easy to remember.
See?
It's Father's Day 2024.
Yes.
Is it 24 yet? No. But that's okay. I was looking into the future.
But yeah, it does suck. It does suck, like losing everything you have, like especially just what I mean, like they just got her and Ty just got engaged, and they just moved from California back to Nevada, but at least now like Ty is doing the show with Pokemon, and Mr. Don't call me Craig. I get but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shelly said that Guinness the dog heard the squawking and came running and barking out of her bedroom. Freaking crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure he just sounds quite adorable to you guys on the thing. Like it just like makes my head go like
That's the coolest shot. Yoko and John. Two Virgins album. And a picture disc of the same. Sweet.
Yep. Freedom is just another word for having nothing left to lose.
I think the most heartbreaking thing that I ever was forced to get rid of was
Alex.
when I was a kid, about 8 or 9 years old, I would go to the dump with my dad, and I would take every single speaker that I could find out of TVs and radios and stereo systems and stuff that you would find at the dump. This is like late 70s, and so I would do that, and I would save all the speakers, and then I would wire them all together to this big console stereo. Big giant Kenwood fucking console stereo with a TV inside, but the TV was broken. But it was in my room, and I had the record player part worked, and the 8-track and the AM/FM receiver worked, and the thing cranked. It was ridiculously loud, and so I would hook up all these speakers like improperly, of course, because I had no idea about ohmage or anything like that at the time. And I would just like have this wall of speakers. I would hang them on the wall, literally put a little piece of wire and hang them off the wall. And they just kind of, vibrate against the wall. So I had like probably 46, I think. Because either 36 or 46. But I had a lot of fucking little, like, mid-range speakers and a couple of big woofers. And it sounded pretty good. And then my dad, it was my uncle Ralph, and his younger son Ralph knew about audio and electricity and shit, and showed me how to set it up using a crossover, and how I could string them all in series, and I could use a crossover so the bass came out of the bass speakers, and the middle came out of the middle speakers, and the highs came out of the high speakers. And then the stereo was fucking thunder upstairs in my room. And And I remember my dad got really pissed one night, and he's like, you gotta keep that shit down. You can't just be fucking cranking that shit 24/7, screaming at me because I got fucking Hendrix blasting. And so he fucking, in a rage, fucking rips all the speakers off the wall, all the speakers out from under my bed, all the wires are everywhere, throws them in a garbage bag and throws them outside. And it's raining, and it's, I'm like, I can't go get those speakers. God damn it. So I was crushed for until I figured out how to get more speakers. And then I realized that other people made boxes with speakers, and they made them better than my fucking terrible shit. And then I just started building those. But that probably broke my heart the most, to lose those speakers, man. It was such a I had the greatest collection of like raggedy ass, 6x9s and fucking just terrible quality stuff. But it sounded good.
Baba Yaga. Yeah, Peaches has a blanket that can go down. We do cover him. I've had Peaches long, 12 years or so. So he gets in these moods. There's just,
yeah, he'll shut up for hours. Be like, won't say a fucking peep, and then wah. It's like, I'm a pterodactyl, motherfucker. Deal with it.
Yeah, I don't suggest that people get parrots. Like, I really
Your
don't.
mama was a velociraptor. I don't know.
I was noshing before.
I hope everybody enjoyed the speaker, the tale of Steve's speaker story. It's a sad tale, but I bounced back. Yeah, the thing is that it makes you stronger. It makes you more resilient. You lose all your shit.
Yeah, I was.
What does it tell you
He
makes
lost
you
a bunch of vinyl and stuff like that in a flood.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I know lots of people have a similar experience with people who live like where it's moist, like Florida and in the South and South America and stuff. Like people like, I've talked to lots of people who have lost like vast collections of records because they got too hot and got too fucking moist and sticky and gross.
Baba, I totally get it. Baba said, I hate stuff sometimes. I look around, I'm like, I'm having a yard sale. Why do we need to decorate? I love my art paintings too much, though. yeah, it's just, I know. Same freaking. Oh. It's ridiculous because I know, like I'm the person that everyone's like, oh yeah, well, do you have this? I always have like whatever it is that someone needs, like tool wise or like art supply wise or whatever. Like,
it's like, you need some googly eyes for that? I got some, and I'm right in the box over here.
yeah, like
whatever you need.
Glitter. Oh yeah, I have glitter. Googly eyes, popsicle sticks. Yeah, I have all those things.
That's right. If you're building a parade float of squirrels or something, probably could outfit you.
I was gonna say, your experiences make you who you are and give you the strength to move forward. Your tough times are not as tough in the end because you survived them.
Yeah, we have each
My
other.
experience.
We have each other.
Yep, and that's absolutely right. I believe that it, that's what I mean. It makes you more resilient. It makes you, more resourceful usually. So whatever that was,
And you appreciate things more.
Yes.
And people more. You have to have the yin and yang. I say this all the time. So like pain without pleasure is not pain. Pleasure without pain is not pleasure. You have to have one and the other.
you do.
One against the other. You have to have good and bad to have the balance, yes, of experiences in life.
That sucks, Rob. I can relate to that. I believe that's you got to have both extremes, otherwise you don't, You can't appreciate one without the other.
Yes.
And that sucks,
was
Rob,
helpful.
losing a garage full of music gear and live recordings and years of notes.
Oh,
The
that's got to be really hard.
where we used to practice in the basement
There-
at Jan's house was so wet like that. It was just like so fucking moist with humidifier on, dehumidifier going constantly. And just the way
There's-
the house was built into the side of the hill and shit, it was just wet all the time. Terrible
There
place.
are some-
Terrible place.
Sorry. Oh wait.
No, it was just
Um,
terrible place to keep your gear, for us to practice and have recording stuff, and that it was just like super
just don't wanna
detrimental.
interrupt.
Like the worst place in the world for a computer to be ever.
I was just gonna say, like, in addition to that, there are so many filmmakers from foregone eras, like 1920s and before that, whose work is completely diminished because of the times and like not keeping up with the technology and everything, or fires that would happen quite often. And films
Simple
at that time were
oxidation.
very flammable. But they have all their work and it's destroyed and you can't find it. So there are people we don't even know about who probably made a big dent in cinema or somewhere else, whatever, or musicians, for that matter, that we will never know about, that they're forgotten, but they influenced other people
Yeah.
that we don't even know, like, what their influence was. And if we don't know them, like, did they exist? Like, did they have a cultural significance? Like,
I think there's a lot of cultural significance in a lot of things that you can't see easily on the surface of things like that, like the lost art, the lost just colorful street people that like occupy certain places and just are certain places for years and years and years, and when those people are gone, that thing is gone. You know what I mean? Like that's like a real aspect of life on this planet. You know what I mean? No matter how beautiful and how touching or how magnificent anything anyone does, eventually it's not there anymore, and that's just like the thing.
and
You can count on
and
that.
by that same token, like, everything's digitalized now, so it's like it all depends on this web, like the World Wide Web, if you can ever access it, if you don't like download it or what have you, which luckily people can do in many situations. But not everything can be downloaded onto a computer. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next cycle.
That whole archive.org thing with the it's like, was that 6 million hours of news media? There's like an archive of it that's fully accessible. That's fucking crazy, man. That's a lot of information, and it only gets like 20,000 hits a day, like that. I just read a thing on that the other day. I was just like, wow, that's a lot of information. That's a lot of newscasts from, like, it was hundreds of different news agencies for the last, whatever, it's fucking 60 years or something.
I learned about it from Corbett, and he was talking about 9/11. So I was like looking at all the 9/11 reports, like on the day of, which was interesting.
Right. It's just it's fascinating to me that there's such a huge resource that you can still access. It hasn't been fucking completely fucking.
Well, at the moment.
At the moment.
I mean, they're trying to fuck with that one, let's be honest, because they don't even make it possible. Like, back in the day, you could get like a Bloomberg article or whatever, like a paywall article, and you could see what the fuck it said before the paywall. Now it's paywall. No matter what.
Yeah.
It goes into the archive. You can't access it still. So.
Yeah, that's
why we have Yahoo News, isn't it? Like, so we can have a news aggregate.
There's also people who know fucking webby things that can point you in the direction of sites that fucking change that for you. Like whatever you put in, there's like ways around paywalls like that people just have dedicated sites and apps and different things too. Yeah, there's ways around for sure.
I don't know if we're gonna look at that clip that I shared, the YouTube thing of the Biden situation.
You can't take it with you when you go.
Oh yeah, I have it here and like ready if you want me to play it. I just don't.
Yeah, just so we can have a laugh at his expense. Well, probably not for that, but like the pandering is.
Is there a timestamp?
20, I guess, 20 minutes, because like that's the end of it, thankfully. So we're not gonna watch the whole fucking thing. But like it's insane. The chat was a little more based than usual in this one because it's not their favorite subject. But Yahoo Finance can be based, as we said.
Sure.
Shout out to Steve Simon out there.
Anything's
we know you're
possible.
watching. And now the cops are coming for me. Anyway.
Oh, you said his name. He's got the alert.
No, but this was a Pride speech. Like, it's Pride Month, everybody. So we have to talk about gay people now and how great we are as an administration that we have the most gay people ever. Basically, I'm summarizing. Well, we had Kamala for the first, like, we got to watch her at the end because, like, that's what I wanted you to see. Like, we could skip to the end for that part, but, like,
all right, so I'm at 20 minutes.
Pretty amazing.
In. Is that where you want me to start
just
at?
like
20 minutes?
This 2-minute part, I guess, is pretty special.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot to say about this. It's just one of those things where it's like, yep, this is happening. This is what we're focused on right now. On June 15th, 2022.
Riley's like, I can hear him
Fuck
coming.
inflation.
Okay, I'm going to mute us and then play that.
Silent, scrolling through social media, at the ceiling, wondering if they'll ever be loved, ever marry, ever have a family and be accepted by their own family sometimes. Our son started an organization before he died to make sure that people understood what it meant, going all around the country, letting people know, trying to train families, the mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters of LGBTQ plus people, that they have to reach out, embrace, and love their blood, allow them to be themselves, or whether they should even be here on earth, as a lot of folks wonder. I found my friends, some of my gay friends, I've asked them, what was it like?
My gay friends? I love that part.
What it's like. Locking yourself in that
That's
room
what I was waiting
for.
My gay friends.
Just wondering.
Yeah, gay friends, everyone.
And I would note parenthetically that we owe an awful lot to those early folks who had the courage to stand up.
He always looks like he's smelling his own old man farts. I swear to God.
Not only could you be physically beaten, but you'd lose your job. You couldn't. We owe so many people. My message to all the young people: just be you. You are loved. You are heard. You are understood.
Even YouTube is like, this is enough.
I want you to know that as your president, all of us on this stage have your back. We have your back.
Sure you do. You'll sniff their back.
Receive who you are. Made them in God and
again.
deserving dignity, respect, and support. Today, I'm about to sign an executive order that directs key federal agencies to protect our communities from those hateful attacks and advance equality for families. My order will use the full force of the federal government to prevent inhumane practices of conversion therapy. This is the first time.
Is there a lot of that going on right now?
This is the first time the federal government is leading a coordinated response against this dangerous, discredited practice. The executive order will also support a mental health for children by addressing bullying and suicide and making our schools safer. Addressing the nation's mental health crisis is a key pillar of the unity agenda I announced in the State of the Union address.
So does that mean
Our
he's
executive
passing
order
health care
also
for
takes on
everybody?
discrimination that children and
I
parents
don't think
face
so.
in foster care. I'm also going to support older adults so they can age with dignity. And also,
All the old
there's a
people.
lot there that aren't.
As if he's not an older
We'll
folk
also
that
do
needs
so
to
much
age with
to protect and support
dignity.
our fellow Americans.
Sorry.
Congress has to pass an act as well, and that's the Equality Act.
No.
Which will enshrine the long overdue civil rights that
Stop
protects
yelling.
all Americans, every American. Let me close
We
with
can
this.
hear you.
We're in a battle for the very soul of this nation. And that's
There he
not
goes again with that
hyperbole.
weird
We're
line.
in a battle for the soul of the nation. When I look around this room here and all you here today, it's a battle I know
The
we
soul of the
will
nation is like a
win.
Nazi.
We
like,
will
it's
win.
Nazis.
Well,
It's
if the shoe
colonialism.
fits,
And we'll do so
if the swastika
on the
fits,
shoulders of so many people who are no longer with us, but who paved the way for us. People like Gloria Allen, known as Mama Gloria, who transitioned in 1950s and who passed away just 2 days ago.
in 1950s.
People like the legendary advocate, Mr. Vad. You know, I mean, this is, you go back and think of the people who passed away last month.
You know
in
the
Canada,
thing.
and who once said, the gay rights movement is the integral part of the American promise of freedom. All here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for working to deliver the American promise of freedom. May God bless you all, and may God protect
I love when he
you.
brings
I'm
God
going to
into
sign
it.
an executive order. Joining me will be a group of young people who are standing up for equity and a promise.
They
of
always got to
freedom
bring the God
for
into
a
it.
few other folks. So, folks,
He had
That's
a
the,
political
we've been
prop
standing a long time.
18-year-old student
Just
who was
sort of leaning against one
graduating.
of your
That guy
battle.
in the
We all
glasses
will all work out,
before,
okay? Thank you, thank you.
after Jill.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Hey, thank you. Fuck you. I mean, let's go,
Look at
Brandon.
Kamala.
What's with the yellow bracelets?
The wristband?
Ukraine.
It's probably a
Ukrainian
wristband.
solidarity, baby.
Equality for liberation, for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer,
Did he sniff the pretty girl behind him's hair
individuals. That's what I'm about to sign.
as he sat down? They're like, quick, sit down before he starts standing behind girls.
And we usually give a pen to everyone who's part of this, but I only have one with you today, and Mr. President, it's yours.
Ew.
What now?
So his gay friend got a pen? Is that what happened?
And look at he's so touched.
Let's go.
Okay.
It's like, Joe, keep your hands together. Put your hands at your side.
It's just like, wow.
How fake. All right. Is this done?
Yeah, that's the end is where they like do the hand shaking thing.
So
But
Joe's
Kamala had
gay
a thing
friend.
that she said too there. But this kid
Now what
comes
happened?
up, he's
Joe's
like
Joe's
18,
friend
he
got
looks
a
like 30.
wristband?
Huh?
No, Steve, he didn't get a wristband. What
No,
are you
he got a
talking
pen.
about? He got a pen.
Oh, that's right.
He gave the gay
Yeah.
kid the pen, and the
It's
kid
an
looked at him
important
like he
pen.
gave him like free college or something.
Oh, he was just so excited to be there. That guy, Jose, I think is his name. But he was
Super
like going up
Like,
and like
ew.
saying
Ew,
this
thank
is like
you.
his best day. Huh?
Oh.
I like, ew, no, thank you. Like, I wouldn't want, no, thank. I do not want to go to
Well,
the White
he's
House. I don't want to
18.
go.
Yeah.
So what?
And-
My daughter is 18 and she wouldn't want to go there either.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying like he's 18. He looks 30 something, doesn't he? Like, and like somebody said that. In the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
chat, and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, he does. He does not look 18 to me. But
No.
he was just going on and on. Like, we have such a great, wonderful president that's like one of the best of our time. Like, what the fuck? Like, who are you seeing? Because I'm not seeing that. Cut to this week when he
Like
fell
Jose.
off a bike in front of everybody.
Jose's a bike coach from Jump Street. You know.
I want to make sure his name is Jose
Joe's-
because I don't
Joe's
want to get that
different.
wrong.
Biden sniffs more people than my dog, and I call her Sniffany.
Oh my God. Wait, who said that?
Shelly.
That is amazing. I love it. Oh my God.
It's probably accurate.
Yeah, right?
See.
I do love that Jill and he
I love my
coordinated.
dead gay son.
Yeah, I
What'd
love
you
that.
say, El?
That's a good reference. Jill and I think Jose is his name, coordinated their outfits for that. That's
Oh,
interesting.
very tasteful.
Oh, they're so gross.
Javier, sorry,
Like-
Javier. So I did get it wrong. and I
Javier.
apologize in changing it. It's not Jose,
Come
it's
on, that's a way
Javier.
better name.
It's very close though. Ha sounds.
Yeah, and J sound like H's in Spanish. For
Haha.
everybody who didn't.
Yes, ach is what they call it in the Espanol.
Espanol.
That's H. Ach is H.
Ach. See.
Yep. A, B, C, D, A. I can't do the rest.
I used to be able to do that too. Now I can't. I can't remember.
F A? No.
F.A. Yo, F.A.
A B C D
You
E
got my
F
money?
F A. Hey.
Yo, don't make me
No.
call my cousin. You got
Huh?
my money? I don't know.
H.
Hache.
Ach.
Lady Alex, do you have lots of Spanish at your disposal? I really would love to be able to be fluent in Spanish. I think that would be fucking rad. But
Go start.
I
We
know
love
one.
you.
I'm lazy and I'm trying to teach myself how to play the guitar. So that's my excuse.
Oh dear.
Becky said, please, dear God, don't let him whisper.
Right?
I
I
know.
guess the
His
yelling is
whisper
better
is
than
the
the
creepiest thing. Ugh.
That
Much
is
love,
better.
Rob. I hope you have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Please join us for the Rumble and the Odyssey where it gets real good. And we can talk about everything.
It will get deeper. We should probably no. I don't know.
Steve, relax. Relax. Steve.
I'm relaxed.
You're not.
I'm so relaxed.
When you wanna go do it. Sorry. When you
Just
wanna
get
go.
Wang Chung tonight.
Ache.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
No.
I'm just gonna consider it part of the show.
Peaches.
No, he needs to stop.
They're special guests.
A special guest is not need to scream.
Sometimes you gotta scream though.
Sometimes
it's
you
a
gotta get
screaming
up.
week.
Little any progress on getting Steve a leather guitar playing vest?
Play Scream by Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
I did not, Aram, I didn't play the new Mr. Turtle yet. Maybe that's what we need to do.
I'm thinking the county fair, little. You know, we can go. There's a couple like local fairs in the summer, and there's always like a leather guy there making stuff.
Oh my God.
I bet you you can get a good guitar playing vest out that way.
We could do the Mr. Toidle after the really heavy shit.
Why does that
To
make
lighten
me
it up.
laugh so much? I don't understand. I have like a weird like classic rocker in in the fucking leather biker vest fucking image. Like I know so many people that like still it's like I don't know. Everybody still dresses that way with their AC/DC t-shirt and their black leather vest. And I don't know what it is. It's a thing. It's a fucking thing, okay?
I'll show you this. The special guest is right here. He's just on my lap. See this little guy. This
Makes me
guy.
giggle.
Leo, what do you think? Tell everybody. Oh no. There you go. There you're back. Uh-oh, I hear the bird
Hey,
going.
Leo.
You ever listen to that what the hell was it I was listening to?
I
earlier
hear the
today?
bird flipping
The,
over in his cage, like he's going upside down in his cage.
The fucking 9 Inch Nails from Woodstock 94 playing Closer. And what a fucking insane thing that is. Like, oh my fucking God, that is just off the rails, like demented, and just like probably the coolest thing ever. If you like that sort of thing, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I recommend
I
it
have
highly.
another video to contrast that one from the same day. That same channel.
Yeah, not 94, 99. That's right.
Drew said he went to Woodstock 99 and watched Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. Well, when they played Closer, that place, like, I don't know where you were standing, but goddamn, that was some fucking energy. And the band, just like how crazy it sounded, was just like the mix and stuff, like the soundboard mix of that they broadcast on the pay-per-view. It's just demented sounding. It just, I mean, I urge anyone to go listen to that. It's really spectacular in its weirdness. Like the bass is way too loud, and the keyboard patch is like buried in the fucking background, and it's just you can't hear the drums for shit. It's just fucking crazy. It's just really strange sounding. Really excellent.
Oh, Papa, that's crazy.
Very avant. What's crazy? I wanted to go to Woodstock 99, but I couldn't. I have a pair of
Steve, you need to not.
Patchworks
You need
from
to.
Woodstock 99.
Okay, you have to like finish what you're. You can't start reading something and then stop. Like you have to finish it. Shelly said, "I wanted to go to Woodstock 99, but couldn't. Glad because had a few friends were sexually assaulted, and there was a water issue, and the issues with the porta potties. Yeah, I was gonna go too. I wanted to go." And Popeye before that said that he thinks that his neighbor died of a lung clot.
Yeah.
That's just crazy that
does suck.
happened. Oh,
My mom took my sister and I was 12. That's fucking rad, dude.
what?
That place was fucking a heathen fucking
Gamer.
insanity. It just like, I don't know, it's captured really well on the videos and stuff, how just off the fucking chain it looks. And Chili Peppers and fucking just all the different sets. Really good shit. Some good music as well.
What the hell? All right. Oh man, I see who's coming. Are we doing Mr. Jerome Powell? Are we doing him on here? At what time?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the most essential part of it in the subtitles here, but it's kind of hard to figure out where he starts talking about this shit.
Drew, you should come on my show, and when we talk about music, and come on and talk about Woodstock 99 and being 12 and fucking raging that shit. That would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
Might be in the beginning. Nope. Because he was talking about the Fed Now thing. I think that was in this, but it might not have been. Let's see. It's hard to find. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to hope for the best and say 24.
24 minutes in.
Yeah. No, let's say 26. 29, 30. Let's try 29, 33. Right around there. This was the same day. This was uploaded the same day as that speech from Pride Month, from the pandering of Kamala, Jill, and her husband.
Oops, what am I doing? That's not what I want to do.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, things aren't going so swell.
Why is this? Okay, Steve, how do you fix the volume on this? It feels like it's really quiet.
It might actually be because they like to lower the volume.
No, I think it's the way that the speakers are set. Yeah, exactly. There we are. There we go.
If I can't find this quote, I'll get it somewhere else.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. Like, I'm not really like that tired. I just keep yawning. Okay. I'm going to mute us then and I'll play this. Yeah?
All right, I found the quote after this, so we'll have the quote that's most relevant after this, and it'll lead us to the next topic. Go ahead. We'll just listen to a couple of minutes of this because it's very heartwarming information.
Oh, boy.
The kind of labor market we want without price stability. And we have to go back and establish price stability so we can have that kind of labor market. And that's a labor market where, where workers are getting wage increases. Maybe the workers at the lower end of the spectrum are getting the biggest wage increases
because
as
he
they were before
cares.
the pandemic. Where participation is high, where there's lots of job opportunities, where it's just the labor market we had before the pandemic that's what we want to get back to. And you see, disparities between various groups at historic lows. We'd love to get back to that place, but to get there, it's not going to happen with the levels of inflation we have. So we have to restore that, and it really is in service in the medium and longer term of the kind of labor market we want and hope to achieve.
Hi, Chair Powell, Matthew Bosa with Bloomberg. So as you just mentioned, the committee is now projecting a 0.5 percentage point rise in the unemployment rate in the SEPs over the next couple of years. And it removed a line from its policy statement about thinking that the labor market can remain strong while it tightens policy. You just mentioned that that is still your objective, though. So I'm wondering if you could explain why that line was removed from the statement, and also whether this means the FOMC is trying to induce a recession now to bring inflation down.
Not trying to induce a recession now. Let's be clear about that. We're trying to achieve 2% inflation consistent with a strong labor market. That's what we're trying to do. So let me talk about that sentence. Clearly, it's our goal to bring about 2% inflation while keeping the labor market strong, right? And that's kind of what the SEP says. That the SEP has inflation getting down to a little above 2% in 2024 with unemployment at 4.1%. So, and this is a strong labor market. This is a good labor market. And as I mentioned, there are pathways to do it. But those pathways have become much more challenging due to factors that are not under our control. Again, thinking here of the fallout from the war in Ukraine, which has brought a spike in prices of energy, food, fertilizer, industrial chemicals, and also just the supply chains more broadly, which have been larger and longer lasting than anticipated. So the sentence that we deleted said that we believe that appropriate monetary policy effectively alone can bring about the result of 2% inflation with a strong labor market. And so much of it is really not down to monetary policy. The sentence isn't, it kind of says on its face that monetary policy alone can do this. And that just didn't seem appropriate. So we took the sentence out.
And given the new projections for the unemployment rate, could you talk a little bit about what accounts for, such reduced confidence against, say, a month ago or 3 months ago that inflation will largely normalize on its own as these supply side issues get worked out? Thanks.
Well, yeah, I think you've seen, again, we've been expecting progress and we didn't get that. We got sort of the opposite. So I also think the situation really since the consequences of the Ukraine war become more and more clear, what you're seeing is the situation getting more difficult. And you look around the world, I mean, lots of countries are looking at inflation of 10%. And it's largely due to commodities prices, but all over the world, you're seeing these effects. And so, and we're seeing them here. Gas prices, all-time highs and things like that. That's not something we can do something about. So that is really, and by the way, headline inflation is important for expectation. The public's expectations, why would they be distinguishing between core inflation and headline inflation? Core inflation is something we think about because it is a better predictor of future inflation. But headline inflation is what people experience. They don't know what core is. Why would they? There's no reason to. So that's expectations are very much.
Oh yeah, you peasants are just stupid.
So it's become more difficult, clearly, in the last 4 or 5 months, and hence the need for the policy actions that we put in place, and for a resolution to get rates up and ultimately get them to where we think they need to be in coming months.
Okay, that's a good place to end it right there.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Edward Lawrence with Fox Business. I want to ask you.
Definitely don't care what they have to say.
They just really think that we're just so stupid and we don't give a fuck and we don't know what we're talking about.
Also, it's Ukraine. It's the war in Ukraine. You just have to wait it out, and just do what's best for the country.
What a piece of shit.
So then he says later on, I don't know exactly when this quote came from that I put in the private chat, but I think I already put this in the YouTubes. But he said some shit that harkens back to what we saw at Davos. So I wanted to bring it back to Davos because everything goes back to Davos apparently, and Klaus. And the central bank fucks in charge. So yeah, if you just play this, then you'll hear the next thing that happened that we all heard from Jerome Powell. So this is a couple of days later, so.
System. Looking forward, rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar in the future. Most major economies already have or are in the process of developing instant 24/7 payments. Our own FedNow service will be coming online in 2023. And in light of the tremendous growth in crypto assets and stablecoins, we are examining whether a U.S. central bank digital currency would improve upon what is an already safe and efficient domestic payment system. As our white paper on this topic notes, a U.S. CBDC could also potentially help maintain the dollar's international standing. Looking forward, rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar in the future. Most major economies already have or are in the process of developing instant 24/7 payments. Our own FedNow service will be coming online in 2023.
Sound familiar?
And in light of the tremendous growth in crypto assets and stablecoins, we are examining whether a U.S. central bank digital currency would improve upon what is an already safe and efficient domestic payment system. As our white paper on this topic notes, a U.S. CBDC could also potentially help maintain the dollar's international standing.
Yeah, so that's Bilderberg, disruption of global financial system on the agenda.
It's already
And that was
safe.
most
We have this
recent.
very safe system already.
And now, and then they had the central bank digital currencies, which we kind of glossed over a little bit when we were looking at the agenda for the Davos. But we knew that was going to be a big one, I think. And it looks like they're on track
Oz
with
Whistles.
what they planned.
Oz Whistle said, "You cannot fix the supply inflation with interest rates. All it does is hurt the poor." And yeah,
Mhm.
suits are not all bad. Trust me, I'm wearing one right now. I don't now, Riley. Now we can't trust you at all.
Oh my God!
What kind of suit is it? Is it a bathing suit?
Is it a bathing suit? Is it one of those shiny what do you call it?
Does it look like a space alien suit?
Gold lame Elvis jumpsuit?
I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of suit.
Yeah. It does. Is it like one of those what was that guy's Super Dave Osborne? Was it like one of his suits?
Yeah, Wes said you're donning the uniform of the enemy, Riley.
Oz said I used to have to wear a suit. I used to have to wear a suit, and I knew it had to be to scare people, so I'd always wear very expensive, very scary suits. And the most scary thing he ever did in corporate land was not wear a tie. That frightened the managers.
What?
Wear your
would
birthday
frighten
suit
them.
to work. That'll scare them.
I have a tie-dyed tie. I have a whole bunch of ties
Yeah.
because I want to make clothes out of ties. Like I want to make a skirt that's out of just ties. We have a couple Garcia ties. Those ones I wasn't going to use for that because, like, on occasion when we do have to be at a wedding or whatever, like, sometimes they like you to.
I don't have a
dress
shirt that goes with it, but I
fancy.
got a tie, buddy.
Yeah, we need to get you a shirt because we have a wedding coming up. My
Oh,
friend
sure.
Chris is getting married next month.
I can wear shorts, right?
I have no idea. I'm in the wedding party. I'm
Excellent.
on Chris's side.
It's summer.
Can
you
we
guys.
circle back to the destruction of the global financial system?
Please, let's.
I
I thought you'd never have.
shared in the private chat the next video is like from a flashback from the Davos from WF a couple weeks, 3 weeks back. So if you go to the 30-minute mark, we might hear a little bit more about this plan that they have for this system.
We got
the central
plans,
bank
she.
currencies.
We got big plans,
Digital.
she.
They talk all about the coin, the stable coin, and all that stuff, and the Fed stuff, and you see that the crypto was tanking this past week too. So that's all by
Sure
design as well. What are you gonna do?
Apparently, I'm gonna.
And this has the managing director in the middle of an IMF. We love the IMF, the
Working together
International
on the
Monetary
wholesale
Fund.
central bank
And this dude
Helvetia
is the
was-
guy who's going to tell us about
would
what
be
the
the
plan
purpose,
is.
but-
Although everybody knows the plan.
Oh my god! All right.
But back to your question, I don't think it's public sector central banks versus commercial banks. I think it's a really collaborative effort in this regard.
Yes.
Everybody has to play a role. So, for example, we were with you, that was called Project Jura, working together on the wholesale central bank, Helvetia with the Swiss National Bank. We see that is absolutely feasible, will give great efficiency gains, but we also get the sense of, we all have our legacy IT environment, and that will take a lot of time until we go there. On the retail side, even today, most banks offer you multi-currency credit cards where you can have basically at zero transaction costs. You can settle your bills in various currencies. So there's a lot of development ongoing, but I would caution it will take some time. There's no
Define
silver
it.
bullet.
How long? How long are we talking?
In the case of the ECB, there is a precise answer. We will have the prototype till the end of 23 or early 24, and then we will decide and take 3 years if we have a broad euro. So it could come end 26,
Yep.
Or
early
not.
27. I don't know if it's good news for Axel, but it could be good news for euro area citizens.
I want you to come in here because, I mean, of all these things that we're discussing, you know, again, you have real world experience too. And I read your entire report on the wholesale, the retail, the fast payments, everything that you've gone through. And,
She's
and the
from
thing that
CNN, by the
accounts
way.
being goes back to remittances. And also, what is the problem that we're trying to solve here?
Yeah.
Who is the ultimate beneficiary?
Mhm.
You know, do we need to get involved and add more layers or less layers? You found a 50% reduction in cost. And it took 80% less time to settle transactions. Because this is another thing, you know, you try and send money abroad and great, but it takes 5-6 days to settle. And Christine, this is personal for you too, because, you know, you have family in Ukraine that you use e-payments to send to too. And, you know, again, another thing I won't
Ukraine
forget.
again.
But, you know, this is not the Holy Grail, but are we, by any means, are we at least answering the right questions in what we're asking here?
Yeah. I know this is a panel on CBDC, and like I said, we've done fair amount of work on it. We'll continue to do so. But I have to say that there's a lot to be said, and there's probably good return on effort from trying to improve existing infrastructure and putting in things like fast payment systems. We've had pretty good success with putting in a fast payment system. We have a prompt pay system we put in place. We have a population of 70 million, and they're about 60 odd million ID numbers. Now it's like 40 plus million transactions a day. It's grown like fivefold over the past 5 years. And one thing that's been wonderful is the benefits of inclusion. So we had now associated with that like QR codes for merchants.
Right.
There's 7.2
QR
million
codes.
QR codes. So now we literally have like sidewalk vendors, on their carts. They have a QR code, and they can get payments very, very efficiently. So we've got, I think fast payment systems can give you a lot of, it's a low hanging fruit and give you a lot of benefits. And even on the cross-border side, one thing we did about a year ago was we connected, it was the fast payment system of Thailand, Prompt Pay, with the one in Singapore, Pay Now. It's the first fast payment linkage in the world. And now, you can send money. If I know like someone's mobile number in Singapore, I can send it pretty much instantaneously at very low fees. Whereas before, you had to go to the branch and fill in forms, and it would take you like 3 days and a lot of money in terms of fees to send the stuff. So there's a lot that you can do with the existing infrastructure, existing technology, and improve it.
And it depends on where you are in the world, because I think this is important. You know my fear? We went through a stage, and you'll remember it in financial markets, where if you added Bitcoin or something to your name as a company, your share price would soar. And when I see and read that 90% approximately of looking at this, and I just wonder whether it's sort of almost the fear of, oh my goodness, if we don't look like we're investigating this, we're going to lose ground to private companies, or we're going to look like we're idiots, or almost the stage we have to talk about something and think that look like what you're saying and doing even when you don't. And so that's my fear in this sphere is sort of, what's the problem we're trying to solve? Are there solutions? And we're sort of trying to make it, and maybe this is a media problem, one of them, that we make it into an us or them when it doesn't have to be. In the end, we're trying to help people. It's not about the public sector. It's not about the private sector. It shouldn't necessarily be a race.
They're trying to help people. Trust the bankers.
That's the direction we're headed in. Are we?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, you see it on who's sitting on that panel. I truly don't see that competition at that point of time. And you were a lot critical on retail central bank digital currencies. I think in well-established economies and so on.
We love you,
What is the purpose, or what is the
We
benefit
missed
in
you.
other countries or in geographies where they are very broad and vast? That might make a lot of sense. So I believe here as a kind of there's no right and wrong answers. Let's see how things are evolving and they emerging. And look, we as a bank, we are fully aware. We need to reduce transaction costs. We need to make things more accessible, be more inclusive, make it swifter, make the user the experience usage much more friendly. So we are all fighting on that because we are in a competition with other banks. So
I don't think it's an existential crisis. the bank?
I don't think we feel it that way, but I would say, yeah, you need to be part of that.
Yeah.
You need to know the strategy and your way forward, because otherwise you can get sidelined very quickly. Sometimes takes 2-3 years, and then you wake up one morning and say, oh, the world has changed and I was not part of it.
Can I just make a point?
Yeah, you can stop there. That's a good place to
The Bank
stop.
of Thailand, you've said, look, no private.
So yeah, I recommend watching as much of it.
Boom! The world's just changed, Al. It's just changed overnight. Like, that's it. Like, just, you know.
It's not them changing it. No, not at all. Let me explain who these people are in case you don't know. Julia Chatterley is the anchor who is doing the panel. She's the moderator. And she's from CNN. And then Kristalina Georgieva is the managing director of the IMF. She's in the middle. Would I say that's the middle? I guess, she's the one with the short hair. So then we have, let me try his name, Sethaput Suthuordnariput. I tried my best, and I read a lot of Thai language stuff, but he's the governor of the Bank of Thailand. Francois Villeroy de Galao, whatever, I butcher French, governor of Central Bank of France, and Axel Lehmann, the guy who spoke at the beginning, is the chairman of the board of directors of Credit Suisse AG. And they all want what's best for us. And then I have another video, which amazingly has Bill Gates in it, but only for a very short time, so not too much. And he's not talking about the forbidden topic, which is good. But it's related because here we go again.
I meant to put that. Muted that.
Because he hates Bitcoin and all of that. He's very against crypto. As it is. He's probably for FedCoin, I would imagine. But if you just go to the very beginning of it's very short. It's a very short clip. Because they do a lot of analysis in this one.
Yeah, I was just trying to share the last link into the Rumble and the Rockman. Or the, not Rockman, oh my God. The Rumble and the Odyssey.
No, that's okay. I'm just saying, so we don't have to hear too much of it. I want to be succinct with these. I haven't even heard this one. I just know what he says.
All right, let me put those there. I just like to make sure I put all the links in as we go, because it makes it a lot easier than having to go back.
For sure. I think I missed one of them in the YouTubes. And I can't get it back, so oh well. I won't miss any more.
I put them all in the Odyssey and the Rumble though too. So okay.
Yahoo
so
Finance again, guys. That's my go-to.
Well, they actually let you have the chats and everything. I'm just so surprised they do. Like, it's pretty funny. All right, I'm gonna mute us.
On the same page
how long is it? Will I know the cutoff?
You'll know. It's when he stops talking. Or when they stop focusing on him talking. If that makes sense. We only have a little bit of Bill Gates today, guys. Don't worry. Very short.
Hang on. I forgot to share the screen.
That helps.
I'm like, yeah, I just realized. I didn't get very
it
far
starts
into
with some lovely information.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at remembering when to unmute myself and when to do the things. I'm pretty good at it, okay? I'm pretty good. I'm not always good.
Go to the very beginning because there's an intro.
Yeah, well, they could hear it. I think they could just not see it. Okay. Okay, Peaches. We don't need you. We don't need your input right now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna mute me and play this.
He said, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's like kind of like doing a laughing thing. Like, I don't know what the hell that
He's
noise
like,
is.
I'm a blue jay. Go fuck.
He said, "Fuck Bill Gates."
It's the before,
Yeah.
it's just before the storm. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. He's heckling us.
He's heckling.
He's heckling Bill Gates. Alright.
Pages doesn't like Bill Gates. All right, I'm gonna mute
does?
him. And the bird, so you won't hear his heckle while we're playing the clip.
June 15th was a big day. A lot of stuff happened on June 15th. Not all good, but we'll get to that later.
Bitcoin prices continue to fall, dropping below the $22,000 mark and down about 30% in the last month alone. This is bad news, of course, for the crypto faithful. And during a TechCrunch interview, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates had this to say on the sector.
I'm used to asset classes where, like a farm, where they have output, or a company where they make products. Have an asset class that's 100% based on sort of greater fool theory that somebody's going to pay more for it than I do, and where it has at its heart sort of this anonymity that, you know, you avoid taxation or any sort of, you know, government rules about kidnapping fees or things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not involved in that. I'm not long or short any of those things.
And there you have Bill Gates, of course. TechCrunch is a sister publication of Yahoo Finance, and good for Bill Gates for keeping it real right now. He's been
Good for Bill Gates for keeping it real. Yeah, fuck them.
He's keeping it real.
Yeah, he's keeping it real, y'all. He's keeping it real.
Yes.
Peaches, he keeping it
He's the
real.
one with the kids. So yeah, Bitcoin down a lot, just in time for the CBDCs. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know what's
all-
gonna happen.
And then
Which is
a quinketing.
I understand the whole Bitcoin thing. I understand how, like, the concept of it and all of that, but it's still kind of like eludes me a little bit. Like, I get the basic gist of it, but so.
Well, the thing to remember is that everything gets co-opted eventually, and that got co-opted fairly early on. Not by Bill Gates. Bill Gates was never into it, but other people.
Choosy said Jimmy doesn't stand a chance running as
Not
president.
this again.
As post-Carnation Revolution
I think it's a great
USA,
idea, Mount.
and completion will be way too stiff for his passive-aggressive hypocrite
Competition?
narrative. Huh?
The competition.
Competition will be way too stiff.
Yes.
Yeah. The competition will be way too stiff after the,
Riley Marson says, "Hey,
after the post-Carnation Revolution." I was just trying to get out that.
Okay.
Riley says, "Hey, Steve, I'm thinking of making a fake Jimmy Dore account and come in here and be like, 'Hi, Lucky, I'm a big fan. What do you think?'" I think it's a great
dear.
idea. I don't think we should tell her. Let's not say anything.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's too early. I mean, too late for that.
It might be too late for that. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I always back the wrong horse.
Jimmy Dore. Well, actually, I think it might have been Steph. They've come into like our live streams before. Like, Steph actually follows me on Twitter, and we've DM'd and stuff before.
Yeah. Whatever. Shh. Don't tell her. I won't say anything. My lips
So
are sealed.
I would probably realize
After a certain amount of time. Like, hey. You're supposed to suspend your disbelief. Aw, get some snuggle time, Camp Sweary Kate. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I have local news as well.
Local news.
So Julie said that Gates and Musk are squabbling. Ooh.
They are. They have a beef.
Are they actively going at it?
Are they jousting?
Yeah,
I
they
just
have
had a
beef.
tweet up about Musk the other day. Like people are like, I don't know why they worship the guy. Do they forget that he is like, it's got failed companies that are off the backs of like freaking child slave labor and off the emerald mines, like his family, like he's not some like, you don't just become a rich dude like that and like make success by not stepping on the poor and the working class. Like that just doesn't work that way. It just does not work that way. And what's going to happen when they have so many people have these electric cars and they can't charge them anymore because you gotta save the power grid. No, sorry, we swapped everybody over to that. I mean, whoops.
Electric cars are smart. Lithium
You want to hear the local news? Local
Please.
LA news?
Please.
Okay, so June 5th, there was a bulletin from the LA Public Health Department, whom we love and adore. No, we don't. That said there was a potential rabies exposure at Malibu Cafe at Casamigos Ranch. They were notified that a bat was handled by one or more individuals, including a group of children. Because you just pass a bat around when you want.
What the hell?
At the Malibu Cafe at Casamigos Ranch in Malibu, California on Saturday, June 4th. They're warning anyone who may have come in contact with this bat to contact their doctor to be evaluated for possible post-exposure rabies treatment or report any exposures by calling 213-974-1234. So not only do we have monkeypox.
That sounded like a fake number.
For the gays. Not only do we have monkeypox and COVID's, rising cases. Even
Elle
though
just gave out somebody's number that she doesn't like.
No, I did not.
That's the real number. If you've gotten bit by, if you've been playing with the bats, you better call them.
If you're one of the children that were passing around the bat. Okay.
You damn kids, put those bats down and get out of there.
What the hell? Who
those
cafe?
Bats are scary. Bats are great.
Inside
I love
a cafe. Leave the cafe bat alone, would you?
Bat and you're like, I have to touch it.
Is it a pet?
Are you sure they're not talking about
Wild.
a cat? It's not a cat. They weren't talking about like a cat,
It
like
was
a domesticated
It was
cat.
a feral cafe.
I guess I should share this with you so you see that it's real.
They're very
Yeah,
rare.
you're just telling us fake numbers and stories right now.
Bat stories. Bat stories
So
from LA.
anyway, not only do we have monkeypox, not only do we have the COVID cases rising because
that was Bill
they
Gates.
let you into the hospital in LA.
Oh,
They let you into the hospital in LA. Just wait, real quick, and when you're admitted, you get a test. So even if you have like a broken elbow or something, you're a COVID patient. Like that's literally what they've said. Like this is not conjecture. This is not me making shit up. That's from Barbara Ferrer herself, who's in charge of that.
If you didn't want the COVID, why'd you go to hospital?
So you wonder why the cases are rising enough to the point where she's saying it might go to high level, which would mean bringing back the mask mandates. People are totally going to be on board with it, except businesses are really worried about it and like, no, we don't want to do that anymore because it's been a while and we're not going back to that. But we'll see what happens.
Good.
But yeah, this is the rabies notice. If you click on the one beside the one, the first one, then you'll see that number is not fake. I did not make it up. It's right
Bats
there.
are cool, you guys. Bats are cool. I've had to remove a couple from inside houses.
Yeah, I have a story about a bat. Can you tell me about it?
Please tell the bat story.
I mean,
Okay,
we're in
so
the
I know
bat
I've-
story
Stay
area.
tuned for this bat story.
I know I've told my bat stories before, but when I lived in Jersey, shout out to Jersey and Choosy.
Shout out
and
to Jersey.
I lived in southern Jersey. I lived in Claremont, New Jersey, which is in the south, southern Jersey. I went to Sea Isle and Wildwood and all that. And my shirt's the real stuff. Yes, it's the real stuff. You can ask Steve. I do talk to stuff, Tom Morano.
All right, bat story. Come on now.
Okay. So, so we used to throw tennis balls up in the air at the bats. Like that was just a cool thing to do in the summertime. And they would come spin around and then they would like shoot back up before they hit the ground. But when Skyla was really little, she was less than a year old. It was April Fool's one day and so a bat used to sneak in through the house. Like the house is old. It was built in 1880. So it was an old house that we had redone when I was pregnant with Skyla, and it was her dad's grandmother's house. And so somehow a bat was getting in, and we weren't sure how. And all of a sudden, I would be laying in bed, and the bat would come in and just start circling around in the bedroom above me, like freak me out. So we would have to like get it with like a towel and let it out. And I remember looking at that thing, and it had fangs and it hissed and it was not happy, like this, and it just kept coming in the house. We eventually fixed the spot. But one time I'm sitting there and it was April Fool's, and Skyla was really little. And her dad was at work, so I was at the house by myself with just me and like the dogs, and we had the cats at the time. And all of a sudden the cat comes stumbling down the stairs like after something, and I'm like, what the hell? All of a sudden there's that bat up and flying around the ceiling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? He's at work. I don't know. Like the bat eventually fell down behind like an entertainment center or something. And I'm like, what do I do? So I call her dad, and he's like, yeah, I'm like on the ferry in New York, like, because he worked on the ferry. So he's like not even on, like a half an hour away from where we lived. He's like, a ferry ride and a half an hour drive away from where we lived. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what do I do? So I ended up calling I think it was like the fire department. And they thought I was making shit up, and they're like thinking it's April Fool's Day, and I'm calling. I'm like, there's a bat, and I'm like, oh, I'm freaking out. And
was it really a bat?
I called the police department too. Like I didn't know who to call. I just wanted somebody to come and help me with the fucking bat. I was terrified. No one came and helped me. They didn't believe me. They laughed at me and hung up.
Nobody will save you from the bat,
so,
ladies and gentlemen.
There's no guarantee that they'll help you if you call that number, but there's a number to call.
Yeah.
At least they are asking.
When you're in the Wuhan wet market, there's nobody going to save you from that bat, baby.
Stop, Leo.
Oh, I have another disease update in LA, which is great. And you might see a connection here between what we've spoken of in the past. But that's all just coincidence, I'm sure.
So the moral of the story is
okay.
Don't play with bats. Don't.
Well, yeah. That's what I got from this notice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let your children
Have
play
a
with
sense
bats.
of foreboding.
I mean, and bats are beneficial. They're really beneficial creatures. They eat the bugs. They take care of things.
They're the only flying mammals.
They do the dishes.
They're
Sorry.
badass.
They do the dishes.
They will take out the trash if you ask
in
nicely.
the cafe.
They will take out the seeds and stems from your weed. They're
They'll set the table.
They will set the table when you have company.
But they will hiss at you. They will hiss at you and your kids.
They will hiss at you. And if you throw a tennis ball at them, they will probably get hit.
They will circle it until it almost hits the ground, and then they'll shoot away.
Yeah.
So I like bats. I don't like what they're doing to the bats and how they're portraying the bats. And just because the bats have really great
I don't
immune
like how
systems,
bats have been represented in film.
What the fuck?
I don't like.
Remember the bat in Fern Gully? Did you remember that movie, Fern Gully, and the bat?
Sure.
And the people tested on him, and they're in the rainforest. Like the movie has some like real base to it. Like
that was the first Avatar. Anyway,
mm-hmm.
It was.
That's another topic.
I have a huge Avatar movie poster.
Ugh.
Like it's what is it, like 4x4 movie poster? It's like actually from when the first Avatar came out, because I worked at Target.
Oh, cool. That I will say 100% is the best and only good movie in terms of the glasses, because I wear glasses, so it sucks, as you can probably both can relate. When it comes to 3D glasses, it's not fun.
It's not.
But I will say that experience was the least annoying experience I had in the theater with 3D glasses. For whatever that's worth, thank you for that experience not being horrible. Because it was a long movie. So if I was uncomfortable, that would have sucked. But I wasn't. I remember coming out being like, damn, that was not the worst 3D experience I've had. Cool. And also, it was a very good 3D movie, let's be honest. Like, the effects were very good.
Yes.
And another bat warning: if you yell and scream, they will come at you, because that's their nature. They're sonic, right? They're like sonically like whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're like little Sonic the Hedgehog.
They will get stuck in your hair. You don't want to be screaming near a bat and making it like
I seen that happen
frantic.
one time at a keg party, and like this one girl had
Never
three
had
of
a
them.
bat in my hair.
This girl had 3 of them, and she had really long hair, like like down to the back of her legs, like down the back of her knees. And these bats were just like all up in there. It took like a couple of people quite a while to get those little fuckers out of there. She's like losing her mind, melting down, all high and fucking drunk and shit. Like, there's bats in my hair. I'm like, oh, that's got to be a bad trip. Damn. Now I know how Batman feels. Shit.
Oh my gosh. Holy snapping addict turtles, Batman.
Right?
Batgram.
Batgram. No.
I put something in there too for the bat.
The old
like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know what they say, don't you, Elle?
Probably not.
Don't let your meatloaf.
Okay.
That's a kitchen joke. I don't know.
When he died, they got so upset about his COVID views. It was so annoying. Like, can we just leave it?
Right.
Just let people die. God.
People fucking get shit wrong, man. I'm not about like.
No, no, I'm talking about the media. Like, they got mad at him for believing certain things that we believe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got mad.
Yeah.
He believed
they
truth.
got it wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next disease. So another virus has come back, because we need to plan for the next pandemic, which is coming up in the next part in the Rumble and the Odyssey. This is a preview. We're previewing. The things we can talk about here, we talk about. The things we can't, we talk about later. But that is what we're getting to. So you know how we had those like GMO mosquitoes and stuff, like over 100,000. I don't know how many it was, but a lot in LA.
Couple, yeah.
In Florida, to be fair. So I don't know if this is going to spread to Florida or whatever. If it does, we'll see a connection. But this is interesting news coming out of mosquito land, and West Nile virus is making a comeback now in LA.
Oh, here always, every year here.
Yeah,
every year.
For a while there, it was like, oh, don't go outside in the summer because you'll die because West Nile virus. Like, that's how much they were pushing it. It was like hardcore. So it's good to see it making a comeback. Which virus is going to end up on top in the zombie
this is the
virus?
first positive.
All right.
3 deaths.
You got to be positive, man.
Kate, you crack me up.
You cannot.
She
be
said,
possibly-
"Damn, I love bat stories. What's more important, hanging on a sofa with my husband or bat stories?" And we're not talking about Batman.
Popeye's like, I want to see Shelly in a Batgirl outfit. No directing, please. Okay, settle down.
Oh my goodness. Did that just get awkward?
Awkward.
I want
love
to see
awkward.
Shelly in the Batgirl costume.
I like awkward.
She would be an awesome Batgirl.
That's my favorite thing about like awkward is one of my favorite things about certain comedians. Like Norm Macdonald was the master of awkward. He could just tell a fucking bomb and just love it and just relish the fact that it's just failing miserably and he's just going down in flames. And like you can't tell if he meant it or not. He's just deadpan or he's just smiling. You can't fucking tell at all. He's just fucking with you. Like that's the best shit. That's the best awkward. That's the best thing. It's like
That is
farting in an
nice.
elevator, you know. It's fucking high quality stuff right there.
Farting in an elevator that's high quality stuff to
Well,
you.
that's
yeah, you're like,
that's the
hopefully
lowbrow
I
version.
just farted and I didn't shard or something.
That's the lowbrow version of what I'm talking about. That uncomfortable
No
silence.
sharding in
that
the
you're-
elevator. It's inappropriate.
I know. Can you imagine?
Metaphorically, okay? The metaphoric farting in the elevator. Okay, is that better?
I know. Like, are we gonna go to
You
the
understand the
casino
concept I'm
and
trying to
ride the
get?
elevator after you have some beans?
I'm trying to.
That's
Roll
a date night. That's a redneck date night.
Elle, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh dear.
Man, how did we get here? It's all the virus talk. It's filthy. It's filthy. It's not fit for YouTube. We should probably.
Right. Okay. I had a brain fart because of all the sharding talk and the farting talk.
Yeah,
I brain
elevators will do
farted for a
that.
minute.
It was going up and down.
Shelly said,
I get
there's
it now.
not
I got where I'm going.
All right.
100% confirmed case of someone getting rabies from a bat bite. There's
100.
none.
Yeah, it's fear porn week on
Yeah.
in LA.
You can
and
train
everywhere
bats
else.
to catch grapes.
Fear porn is delicious with a big smoothie of opium. I mean, hopium.
Fear
Did the
porn
big
is the
C
most
come from a
porn I
bat?
see.
I don't think that Big C came from a
No.
bat, gamer.
No,
I don't
the code
believe
came
so.
elsewhere. In fact, they were
Do you
looking
see they're
into it
pushing
with
it,
the
though?
WHO again.
Yeah, they're
The
pushing
WHO
it.
was looking into
narrative.
it, the origin. And they said that the lab leak theory is still on the table, in their words.
Yeah. I just read
But
that
also
too.
the wet market thing, because why not?
Because
Who needs
sure.
evidence?
Because me and humans and
Because we get to judge
and
what people
virus
eat in other
says-
countries to what's native to their land.
You're gross because you eat
Because
that.
it's not pigs and
Because it's not pigs,
the other
chickens,
thing,
or cows.
cows and shit.
Yeah,
Chickens.
pigs, chickens, and cows.
But what about what?
Pigs, chickens,
How
and
about
cows.
we
Oh
eat
my.
if we eat the mosquitoes?
Well, you can eat the mosquitoes.
Eat
they're
those
they're
West Nile
crunchy because
mosquitoes.
they're
Save
crunchy
the
because they're
crows,
little
please.
drones. You know,
Save.
We don't
save,
want any more dead birds.
aren't they little drones though? Like you can't feed those to the birds. They're
Oh
metallic.
yeah, the birds are drones too. Remember the birds
Also-
are
Remember?
real. So
yeah.
these
Don't
birds
say that
were
they.
disguised
Don't
as whales.
say who was
Oh.
very excited earlier, but they say that they're not real. Okay, we're not going to talk about who it is because that who
like
is
an
being
owl?
quiet right now.
Yeah, I've noticed that owl quiet downed. I don't know. It wasn't the bat, Popeye said. Damn it. Birds are
Anyway,
real.
that's all I got for this portion, the YouTube portion of this place of this.
Oh my
show.
gosh! Popeye said I had a bat fly right up to my face and barely touched me. It was scary. Oh.
I bet it was more scared of you than you were of it. So you're bigger.
Steve, will you pass me my animal speak book?
I don't know what that is.
Look, right there. I want to see what bats come up as in my book. So I have this awesome,
Crazy
book. It is
witchcraft.
so full. Look at all these tabs. Like, I don't know if you can see it. It's so full of like notes and tabs.
Notes and tabs.
Notes and tabs. What would
Franks and beans. What?
Notes and tabs and knees and toes.
That's right.
Where would bats be in this? I know
Head,
that.
shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
My knee
boy,
is still bad.
we are programmed.
Oh, I injured myself. I didn't say. I had a fridge issue that is leaking. I have a leaky fridge. It has not been fixed. They gaslit my maintenance guy whom I contacted. He didn't answer my call. And then he texted me saying that they called me multiple times, according to the vendor. And I was like, no, they haven't. I said, they must have my old number because I haven't gotten it. And then he's like, have they called you yet later? And I'm like, no. And then right after that, seemingly, they finally called me. And then I set an appointment for tomorrow, Monday at the time. And it's that was the only conversation we ever had. But I was still like, thanks, sorry about that. Because I'm so nice. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry that happened because you were lied to. And so was I. But I didn't lie to you. But he doesn't know that, but it's whatever. But anyway, leaky fridge hopefully will be fixed tomorrow. I hope. But I fell and I slipped on my knee in my slippers, which is ironic and fun. So that happened. And I'm still nursing my sad knee. And it's very bruised.
Oh, did you put arnica?
It's more bruised than Amber's face on May 21st.
Oh my God. Oh my
Allegedly.
God. Angela had a bat get stuck in her hair. She felt so bad for it because it was more freaked out than I was.
Exactly. Angela gets it.
No.
Peace out.
They're more freaked out than you. They're stuck in somebody's hair. That's scary. It's a hairy situation.
So I looked up in my book, my Animal Speak book.
Animal Speak.
And it says that the keynote in it is
it's written by Wile E. Coyote. No.
The transition and initiation, and it's one of the most misunderstood mammals. Modern depictions in movies and television have given it a sinister reputation, but it plays an important role in nature and is a symbol in the totem traditions. Although more modern lore places the bat in the cohorts with the devil, with its dragon-like wings in more ancient times, it was a powerful symbol. In Babylonia, bats represented the souls of the dead. In China, they were symbols for happiness and long life. The ancient Mayans, they were symbols of initiation and rebirth. Medieval peoples, they were miniature dragons.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a really, really cool book. And it's kind of cool to, people because people like to we take what Hollywood and what our government says about things, and we take it and replace it with that knowledge as opposed to the knowledge of actually, what they actually are.
And bats eat mosquitoes.
And because humans are mammals as well, the bat is even more important symbol for us. It becomes a symbol of promise amidst the sometimes chaotic energies of change. It reflects the ability to move to new heights with the transitions. Yes, our own flights may seem fluttery and jerky, but we will be able to fly.
Mouse
like
Mouse Edit said I had a pet bat named Zeke when I was a kid. He was dope.
Aw.
We stuffed him when he died and would hang him on the curtain sometimes.
No way! That's so cool.
That's so psycho.
I like it.
That's so psycho.
It's a little Norman Batesy, but I still like it.
I am a little Norman Batesy though when it comes to that because I have
that's
Love our
not
animals.
wasteful at least.
We love our animals and they're fucking cute.
Using what they had.
And
It's a memorial.
They're actually sociable animals. They live in flocks, and thus its appearance usually reflects either a need for more social ability or increased opportunity with greater numbers of people. So let's think about that when we think about the bats. Let's remember that they're social. And you know, it's just
They're little dudes, man.
yeah, we need to
They have little
remember
communities.
that we
They're not
are
vampires.
They're not vampires, no matter what Tom Petty tells you.
Although there
to
are
everyone
vampire
treats it-
bats that do suck blood, but not in the way that a vampire necessarily does. It's not that.
I had a really cool story about that, like miners telling the stories of like waking up to like their feet feeling all tingly and warm and stuff, and like they'd be like bats in their covers, just like chowing down on their toes, and you can't feel it because they have these tiny little fangs, and they just
That's nice.
yeah, they're like little razors, like so they don't
Oh,
even
sorry.
hurt. And they have like enzyme in their mouth that like kind of numbs, gives you a little numbing sensation, so it kind of feels nice as they're draining your foot.
Oh, it's kind of like the treatment that you get, like where they scrub the fuck out of your skin, but you don't really feel it.
Yeah, similar.
well, mosquitoes I think have that in there too, don't they? In their saliva, they have something so that like it doesn't.
Yeah, so sharp you don't feel it. Exactly. I know people who had
We
bats.
circle back to mosquitoes.
Bats and mosquitoes go hand in hand.
Well, I
Circle
mean,
back to from bats.
I mean, the
to
bats eat the
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes, right? So I mean, like,
It's the circle of life. See,
It's a circle of
roll
life.
back of life.
If the
oh my
mosquitoes are
God, Popeye,
drone-
that's awful.
if the mosquitoes are drones, can the bats still eat them, or is that what's killing the birds? And how come there's 8 bazillion fucking cows just like dead in a pile in the middle of Kansas, and
We're not allowed to
87
talk about that.
87 bazillion fucking chickens? Like, what the fuck is happening with like with all these animals just dying? They're just like, there's people just dropping dead because they walked from their car to the store.
They were
you know,
athletic,
or
okay?
They were athletic. Well, they died because they
Let's
went to
not
the 7-Eleven.
speculate.
I don't understand like what's happening.
No,
with-
we're not
there's, like, just a
speculating. We're like
higher
we're
level-
trying to understand the chaos.
No,
of
I
the
know.
world
I'm
around
not.
us.
I'm being facetious. God,
Oh.
every
No.
time I say something sarcastic, I'm being facetious.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know.
Clutch your
You can't
pearl.
tell because of my dry humor. I have very dry humor, but when I say shit like that, I'm being very facetious.
All right. Well, she's
Taking the
breaking down the
piss.
fourth wall now, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, what we're trying to say is there's a lot of that. What do you call it? Death going on, right? What do you call it? Death. Yeah, that's what like. That's what.
Death is everywhere.
Oh,
That's what.
Riley said we have to make kissing noises to disrupt the bat's sonar. Is that what
Oh,
we're
okay.
supposed to do? We want to disrupt their sonar if they're coming at us. We just need to blow them kisses.
They're afraid of kisses. Is that what you're saying? They don't like that. They're not into.
They're like, we're social. We just don't like the kisses. They
They
just
don't like
don't blow us
that
kisses.
that close mic sound. They don't like that.
Oh, like the ASMR. Remember,
Yeah.
you talk. Al and I were talking about ASMR people.
Yes. I love JoJo ASMR.
There's some weird ASMR stuff that happens.
There's some sexy shit that I don't get into because that is not my bag. Yeah, somebody
say-
else can watch that shit.
Do
I ain't
girls
no one's
pop balloons
boyfriend.
with
I
their
don't need to
butts?
see you.
They,
They
say
sit on
stuff.
balloons and stuff.
They like say stuff like
The
in-
ear sucking
They're
stuff
pretty
is a little
syllable.
much.
It what? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I can't.
No.
I think it's called something else, but it's like they have like fake ears and then they like put their tongues in them. It's weird. I don't watch it. I just know it exists.
All right, we'll take your word for it then. I'm gonna accept that it exists without investigating.
And then the
further.
boyfriend cosplay shit, like you pretend, like they pretend that you're their boyfriend or girlfriend and you're in
Yeah.
bed together. I'm like, that's a little weird to me. I'm not gonna do that, but thanks. Mother, maybe, yes, that's more my style. Maybe doing a haircut if you're like doing a hair, fixing my hair and like washing it. Hell yeah, fine. That's good. But I do not want to pretend to be anyone's boyfriend or girlfriend. That's just not my jam.
I've gotten invites from people like they're like, your profile interests me. I give a ration, a certain amount for just like an online companion thing, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, you can come be my friend on my show if you want. Like, I'll actually be your friend, like as a person.
Oh, gross!
Oh.
You actually want to be friends with them?
I have a
No, I'm just
story.
saying, like,
Disgusting. That's how viruses.
like if
are
you need
passed from
community,
one
we
person
have
to
a
another.
actual community that you can join and actually
right?
have like friends. Like, you don't have to pay us to be your friend.
That reminds me, I have a story. I have a story of somebody called me, or no, they texted me or called me. I can't remember which, but it was the wrong number. And I said, it's the wrong number. It probably was a text. And I was like texting them back, is the wrong number. And they're like, oh, okay. Then they started to get to know me. And I thought, oh, okay, we want to be friends now. Yay, I'm going to make a friend. And it's a girl, allegedly. Again, I don't know. I've not seen this person or talked to them. But we go back and forth talking, chatting, whatever, normal shit. And I'm like, okay, this is one of those things where I make a friend on the phone, like from a wrong number. It's like my movie, wrong number. Like I was gonna make where people fell in love having the wrong number or whatever. But like that ended up being a movie anyway that was really good. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, I had a lot of experiences with wrong numbers in the past, and I thought those would be one of those. So I go back and forth with them, and then eventually, I don't know if it was out of nowhere or whatever, but she sent me a fucking selfie, and I'm like, girl, I do not need to see you. Nobody asked for your picture. Thanks though. And I was like, no, I'm good, because she was in a sexy pose or whatever. And I'm like, no, I think I'm going to be good on that. I'm actually not interested in anything that you're trying to say. She's like, oh, just show me your picture or whatever. I'm like, no, you can just go on your merry way, go get your thrills somewhere else. Because she was trying to flirt and everything and like sext and shit. And I was like, no, I'm good. No, thank you. But still beats a dick pic, I guess. So fine. And I didn't see her boobs.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, but like penises are just really not like I don't like go woohoo, yeah, like whoa, that's beautiful or something. Like I don't get that same reaction. Sorry, I know, like it's just men wish
the whole time
that
the whole
was,
time
like,
that happened.
thing. It's not.
I was like going back and forth with my mother, like, can you believe this is happening right now? Showing her the sexy pictures or whatever. I'm like, what is she doing? She's embarrassing herself. I'm trying to tell her to go elsewhere because I'm not going to get her off tonight. It's not going to happen. I'm not the one.
I'm not that one you want.
You really got the wrong number, girl. If you want me to get you off, it's not going to happen. I don't even know how.
Yeah, you're like, this isn't my thing. Like, it's just not. It's not my thing. Like,
this is a spectator sport. I'm not into it. Thank you.
Yeah, like
That's weird. I like it.
Also, she knew I was a girl, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not judging, but like, no, I'm clearly saying no. So go on your merry way. Bye bye now. And it was a bummer because I was like, we were getting to know each other or whatever, and I was like, oh, friend. And I'm like, damn it, fucking internet.
It's okay, Al. I won't do that to you. I won't do that to you. I won't send you weird pictures like that.
I don't even remember the picture, but I think it was just like lace or some shit, like just some random weird photo. She had a good body. She could have gone elsewhere. Hopefully she did, because maybe she does that. Maybe she did. How sad would that be? Or if they, because we don't know if it's a girl or not, because it could be a catfish situation. So what if this catfish situation, what if they like dial random numbers to text, and then they're like, oh, sorry, you got the wrong number. That's what you say. And then they're like, oh, sorry about that. Oh, well, I can't believe that happened. And then they start a conversation with you, and then they eventually give you the photos, and then they try to get your photo. Like, what if that's like a scam? I just realized like that's probably what that was.
Yeah.
Like,
that could totally be
that makes so much sense.
What that is.
She had too decent a body for like a regular person to be like putting themselves out there like that, that makes sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense unless it's like a scam situation. So yeah. That happened. That was a fun story. That's all I have for YouTube. Stay tuned for Cove Talk.
Oh my gosh.
Don't send people photos of yourself that you don't know. There's a lesson. I mean, it's not a lesson for me because I didn't do that. But in general, you shouldn't do that. It's not smart.
I mean, maybe it might not even really be their picture.
That's what I said. It was a catfish situation.
It could be, yeah. It could be a picture that they got from
bitches.
someone else.
Shot. They could have just found it.
That's. Oh my gosh. Leo, why are you?
He's like, are we going to Rumble and Odyssey? What's happening?
Yeah.
Look.
Are you asking about Rumble and Odyssey?
Like, I'm very concerned. On the YouTube.
Are you doing that? I know we're talking on the YouTube. I know, Leo. What are we doing? Oh. That's awesome that you had a pet bat named Zeke.
I wish I had a pet bat. That sounds so fun. I had a pet fly that my brother killed in an ice cube.
Oh my god!
I know that was like really.
That's kind of pathetic. I'm sorry.
It's really like succinct. His name was Ernest. I named him Ernest, and I was like 9 or something. My brother's a psychopath, so a self-professed, self-described psychopath, which makes sense because my father is a psychopath, allegedly, maybe, and also narcissist, but that's another story. But anyway, he found my fly somehow, which you do, because he was already putting flies into ice cubes, and he was like, "Oh, let me just use this one then." When he knew that I was attached to it, and I called him Ernest. And so he's like, well, I don't know what he would say, but I guess he saw the attachment. He was like, oh, I could get back at her for whatever the fuck. And then this was before the abuse started. This is like probably the pre-abuse period of our relationship.
My God.
Before he abused me, he abused the fly. And I don't know if he actually did anything to him. I don't think he did. I think he just froze him in the ice cube and killed him. And that's
you just freeze the fly. Like, that's just not. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds like
least...
I made this up, but I did not. It's a memory that I still have from living with my father.
Steve said, "Ernest, you poor bastard."
Yeah, he never knew
rest in peace. You met
my first fucking pet. My first pet of my own in my own room. And my brother kills him in a cube.
How long did you have it, Elle? Like, why so?
I don't know. It could have been a day. It was a fly. It was like only around for a little while. I found a ladybug once, and I took it to school for show and tell. And it was a male, and I was like, "Look, it's a male ladybug. That's special." I don't know how I saw the markings. That's how I knew that he was male, because I did my research even then as an 8-year-old or 9-year-old.
How do you know if it didn't identify as a female?
Well, see, it's just a complicated situation when you get into the specifics of it. So we just want to stay as vague as possible.
I mean, think about it, Elle. People literally tilt their head down and look under to see what my dog has. They want to see if he has a fucking penis
ladybugs, I
or a
don't think
vagina.
have genitalia, so there's another way to find out. So.
Okay, but people literally
natural.
Like They peek under my dog to see if he's got.
That's their problem. They're weird.
Like, it's really weird that people are so obsessed about the gender of a dog when they meet it.
Well, they don't want to misgender him. It'll really upset him, and he'll go crazy and he'll start barking at them, right?
Like, Leo's gonna wear a freaking tutu if Leo wants to wear a tutu, and he doesn't have to be, you know,
Is where this is going? Like he's a what is he like? He's like a trendsetter. He's like a Harry Styles kind of dog.
He's just a dog that maybe likes to wear tutus, and that's all there is to it.
Or Bowie kind of dog, if we want to go far back.
But like, that's the thing, is that like, why can't a boy dog wear a tutu? I told Steve that he needed to have a tutu, and because he likes to stand up on his hind legs and dance and twirl, and I'm like, that's so cute, and he would look so cute with the tutu. And Steve was like, oh no, you can't, and I'm like, why? You're gonna tell me that genderism works on the dog too? Like, my boy dog? What defines him not being able to wear a freaking tutu?
I don't know. I wasn't really trying to get into this whole combo, but yeah, I was going to save that for you.
That will confuse the hell out of people. It would confuse people. Leo,
it's just if
you feel like a boy or a girl?
I don't see how it matters.
Leo, do you identify as a boy
can't wear clothes,
or a girl? He's like, I just identify as a dog.
Ladybugs just identify as ladybugs. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they care.
Well, then why are they called ladybugs?
I don't think they thought about it. I don't think they understand human language. I don't believe that they do. So they don't really know the difference. I'm just speaking for all ladybugs right now for some reason. I had a very insane situation when I was a child also in my room where there was a ladybug infestation. So it was like too much of a good thing. It's like, okay, I like ladybugs every now and then, but there's like a limit to how many ladybugs I can stand.
Too much of anything is creepy.
Bed. So it was like 13. It was like Creep Show with ladybugs. And I'm like, okay, well, I hate to do this. And I feel really bad about it even now. But there was nothing I could do. Like, they're above my bed. And they're going to come and like crawl on me in my nightgown. I'm like, I can't have that. So I killed a bunch of them with the plunger, the end of the plunger. I know. I felt really bad about it. It was my first murders. Well, they were my first murders, and I feel really bad. And I'm confessing today that I killed maybe 12 ladybugs because I could not handle them all in one place.
I always tell them to reincarnate. Like, if I have to, like, if it's something like,
I felt really bad.
I'm like, reincarnate. I hope you reincarnate. And then I hope
it's
that
my
like
fault.
It's not gonna be like a gnat that flies up my nose because I killed it, and like it comes back in its life, and it's like, yeah, now I have to be the annoying gnat that like flies up your nose.
No, sadly,
it became a thing where I wake up in the morning and be like, okay, I guess I got to kill some ladybugs right now. Let me get the plunger. It would just become my thing, like my go-to is like getting the plunger and having the guts on the end of the plunger. On the, the thing, the stick part.
Wow.
I was just like, I can't win. I know they're good luck, but like there's too much good luck above my bed.
Elle has a love-hate relationship with ladybugs, I think.
I mean, I did at the time. I mean, can you imagine like seeing them all like
you turn the light off on him, Steve?
Above your bed.
He wants the light on. Peaches is having a freaking issue today. Hi, Emily. It's good to see you.
I feel like we're all having issues today. It's an issue week.
Yeah, there was a few issues this week.
Yeah, ladybugs. I love ladybugs, but not in large quantities.
The presidents of the United States of America have a great song called Ladybug. Chris Ballou.
I feel so bad still. But that shows how kind I am that I still feel bad about killing ladybugs when I was like 9. or 10 or 11. I don't know. how
Well,
old I
it was kind of a murderous rampage, but yeah.
It was. There's like 13 of them. Isn't 13 unlucky? Like, I should kill a couple of them to change my luck, right?
No,
that was my
don't kill
was
more.
my reasoning.
Oh my god.
Don't hate me, chat. I did what I had to do. I feel bad.
Don't ladybug shame Elle. Come on,
I
you
feel
guys.
bad for killing anything.
I know, I do
Anyone.
too.
They're not things. They're ones. I'm gonna call them one. Anyone I feel bad about killing.
I know. I don't.
And the
I try to
spider,
make
too. Ants.
spiders too. Yeah, there was oh my gosh, there was a baby jumping spider the other day, and I'm like trying to like get it outside, and it's like jumping all around on like I was like on a pizza box or something, and I'm like trying to get it out the door. Oh my god. Peaches. Oh, Ghost Art said I saw a firefly.
I love fireflies. I used to play with them too, outside. I played with roly-polies outside when I was a child. I never killed them.
Skyla has roly-polies. She has like little terrariums and stuff. And
we would play with them on the patio. No. On the patio and in the not the garage, the driveway, in Forest Park where I lived, where I grew up in Georgia. I was like 7 or 8 or whatever when we were playing with them. We were just being like in the fucking driveway where a car could just come at any point. Wouldn't, because we're children and we're theirs. But anyway, we would just play in the driveway as children with bugs. And that's how we passed the time.
I played with bugs as a kid a lot. I loved playing with bugs.
And I remember chewing on Strident chewing gum. So specific, but yeah, I remember Strident chewing gum, like chewing on that on the patio playing. And then we also had like candy cigarettes, which were cool at the time. They're problematic, but we liked the candy cigarette. They tasted good.
Yeah, I used to
was
get candy
good.
cigarettes too, and I'm like, I cannot believe that was a thing that was allowed. How dare?
Oh yeah, that was part of the
adults allow
marketing.
kids to have candy
It
cigarettes.
is Trident. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. It's Trident. Trident is not a fucking thing. It's Trident. Trident. I thought in my head, you're saying the wrong thing. It's Trident. But I was like, maybe no one will notice. And then they did. And I was like, yep, Trident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right, Popeye. I am fact checking myself. Trident. Strident is another word.
Are you growing potatoes? Human love solidarity. Are you growing potatoes? I'm growing potatoes.
I had a Mrs. Potato Head when it was still called a Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah, well, yeah, because now I'm sure what they.
It's like an
Potato person?
ungendered
Is a potato.
thing now.
It's a potato.
Which is what? Okay, I don't want to get into this, like the whole potato phenomenon, like what gender they are. Like, there's so much to that in terms of like plants being like male and female. Like, there's so much to that. I don't want to get involved, but it's so weird to think about. Like, I don't want to think about my food having a gender. I don't want to think about it.
But everything in nature does.
I know, but I don't want to think about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm conflicted.
You got to suspend your disbelief.
I know.
Yeah, even flowers have like ovaries.
Oh
my
Yes,
god!
flowers. Yeah.
Flowers are showing you their junk.
Luckily, I don't eat
all
flowers,
the
so-
time. They're
yeah.
just like, woo, check me out. That's what flowers do. They got ovaries and
Yep.
all sorts of female parts in there.
Well, I don't eat flowers.
And male parts. Some of them have
No
both.
stamen for me.
Which is groovy. Everybody got to have the parts. Some of the parts, you got to have some of the parts. Or you end up a fat
Everything
wombat.
is a one. Isn't that weird to think of? Like, everything is an individual being that you encounter. So you're eating beings no matter what you do.
Sure.
When you think about it, it's insane.
That's absolutely
cells.
what it is.
There are cells and everything. This is getting very very philosophical, but I have nowhere else to go at this point. But yeah, everything that you see is live in some way.
Mm-hmm. That's why I always say all the things that are fucked up in the world could be easily overcome if everyone had respect for life, all life. If everybody considered that all life is equal, even though it's like virtually impossible for people to get their heads around that idea.
I appreciate Buddhism for that.
If that was the actual way that everybody went through their day, at least try to strive for that sort of principle, I think we'd all get along a lot fucking better.
I put the Odyssey and the Rumble. I put Odyssey and Rumble links into the YouTube chat in case you guys are wanting to, like, you know, kind of figure out which where you want to go, what, you know, what, like, which place, because we got people watching on both all three platforms right now. So,
but we're not gonna be here forever.
No, that's why I'm letting them know that in case they want to move over to a different one. I know sometimes, you know, like there can be glitching and things are weird, and you know, you don't want to miss whatever.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you know,
begin transition,
Odyssey and Rumble, there I put the links into the YouTube chat in case you want to go to either one of those. And please, whatever platform you are watching on currently, whether it's a live or a rewatch, will you please hit that like button? It really does help. It really does.
It likes being hit. The like button enjoys it. It's a masochist.
It's kind of a masochist.
It does. Yeah. It does.
Don't mind it.
Don't judge.
That's
just
a lot.
hit it.
That's a lot of earthlings alive today.
That's a good update, actually, or circle back, because Human Love Solidarity. I was talking about the war population before. I don't remember in what context, but I was wondering if we were at 8 billion yet. We're almost there. Do you remember the context? Because I fucking don't. It was an old thing.
To put some salt on the fly and it will revive it. I don't know if she still has her fly.
Pretty sure it's been dead for 30 years.
Some salt from Superman's
fortress
of solitude.
20 years, 28 years. 20,
Popeye is giving his daughter one of the necklaces that he got for me that he ordered from our store tomorrow for her birthday. And she's going to be 25. That's awesome, Popeye. Yes, tell her, please, that we send happy birthday love.
What's your problem, kitties?
Oh, and people think that Guinness is a boy. See?
I mean, it's a Guinness. Guinness is a very masculine name.
Is it though? Who says?
Mrs.
Ireland?
Guinness doesn't think so.
Ireland, damn it. Al comes in with like the real logical answer.
God.
We have a kilt for the white chicken that's in there screaming all night. He has a travel cage. It's an acrylic cage, and I have an actual real authentic kilt that goes. I don't know how I got it. I don't know. I know I have a kilt, and the kilt goes over the cage, and it sits around the top of it perfectly, and it covers it because it's actually wool, so it's really warm. So it's like it's his cover.
Cage kilt.
Yep.
Well, what's her name then?
Good night.
What's her name, Shelley?
Oh, does she have a different name? A dog with balls. Well, Leo has nutters. He's not an attack dog.
Nutters.
I call them nutters. Yeah, isn't this a cool background? Steve made this background.
Whoa.
Mouse edit or moused it. Do you enjoy the squirrel? looking at you and judging you.
It's a very
My
judgmental
avatar.
girl.
That's pretty funny. He's like, we're bumping Prince pretty loud, with making the conversation really funny, plus hella high.
And just for fun,
Excellent.
we're gonna do this. Okay.
Used to think the world was flat. Really threw my hat into the crowd. I felt I had used up my quota of yearning. Used to looking on the children at night.
Just a dancing dog, you know. I think he would look cute if he had a tutu, and he could do that too. That's all I'm saying.
He looks fine with
Whatever.
his
Whatever.
wings and popcorns.
Is it moused it or mouse edit? I feel like it's moused it.
Oh, I don't know.
You can tell me in the chat.
They say that dogs with microchips do get returned to their owners, and then there's a whole thing of like microchipping your dog.
Ugh, microchips. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's immediately my reaction to microchips. That's how it starts. Starts with animals and goes just like psychopathy.
The tutu part wouldn't go in front of his winky, dingo. It wouldn't. It wouldn't be in front of his winky.
Gamer's like, I heard that music. I thought the show was over.
No.
Shit. Well, almost here.
We're just about to move over to the other side of the
Break
track.
on through to the other side. Mouse edit. I knew it. Okay. I didn't know it. I said moused it. But anyway, I'm going to pretend I knew it.
I see Vicky in here. Murder with a bunch of laughing emojis. I'm just going to assume
Thank you very much.
that was directed at Elle. You know, for
I am a murderess. Get it right.
Please.
Don't misgender my murder. Free. Allegedly. I didn't murder anyone in real. Okay. I murdered beings that are not human. So do not put me in jail, YouTube.
Yeah, don't come at me. Don't at me in the comments. That's what Savage Joy says all the time. She'll be like, "Don't at me in the comments." It's so cute. Speaking of, real quick, I want to let everybody know that Savage Joy is going to be on with Sabby Sabs at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it. I can't tell you what the topic is or what's happening, but I will be there in that chat. So I hope that you guys will join us.
Drew, what are you? You said you repair stuff. You like do refrigeration and stuff. So that's why you keep getting stung by bees. You only got stung once.
What does that mean?
Only got stung
How
once.
did that make you get stung by bees?
One time, and it feels stupendous. He's like, I usually get 24 times in a year. This year, I'm only stung once. It feels stupendous. I'm like, that's awesome. Good. That's very good. He fixes everything. Excellent.
The kittens. Remember the kittens?
Yes, I do.
They thought all the kittens were female, so they named them Vanessa, Frankie, and Callie. What is that? Kapowski. Turns out Vanessa is a boy, though, so we named him Zach Morris.
Zach Morris.
We keep thinking, why change it? Exactly. Why would you change it? Don't make the stereotypes and the norms make you decide that kitten is no longer a Vanessa.
Yeah, everybody thinks Peaches is a girl, but he's a boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry I misgendered him before. It was not on purpose.
No, that's okay.
And I
A lot of
corrected
people.
myself.
A lot of
He
people
was
just-
misgendered when I
hear
adopted
Peaches.
him. They told me that he was a female bird, but with
I
cockatoos,
apologize, Peaches. Don't be mad at me.
I don't,
love you.
and I can't even be freaking for sure. You know, like we did you can test by it's the color of their pupil.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Imagine if
Like
they could
the
tell-
ladybug markings, huh? So it's very similar. Like there's actual natural markings or signifiers.
Well, I mean,
But it
Leo
doesn't
has a
mean it.
winky, and that makes him a winky owner with the nutters.
He's got the winky and the nutter package. He's got the combo. So that makes him one of those.
He's got the Audi.
Yeah, I think that's all you got to. That's really, you got an Audi or an Innie. I don't know.
I have inside.
You could have a combination
ovaries.
of both. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't really matter.
Well, women
I don't
have
think everybody
women
needs
have
to know.
ovaries. Men have nuts. That's
true.
the difference. That's what a woman is, an adult female.
Remember the
Biologically.
kindergarten cop scene? The child saying,
Yes. Girls have
that is
vaginas.
probably canceled now. That scene is canceled. They had to. I bet they had to like edit it out now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably. It's true though. And we're gonna have a conversation about that. Chris is gonna come on and we're gonna do a show on
Well, there's
on-
a story that I wanted to
on
bring up
transgender
in the next
and
part.
all of that. And we're gonna talk about all the offensive things and what is and isn't offensive and like figure out where that line is. And oh yeah, like we're gonna do a thing.
Yeah, Rubes.
So is everyone
Been the
moving?
most bees I have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
On roofs. Eaves. under the
Is
eaves.
everybody going over to Odyssey or Rumble?
Paper hornets?
We got some people over on the Rumble. Yeah. We got some people over on the Odyssey. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there now and see what's happening.
So is everybody on one of those platforms?
All right, let's see what's happening.
I can make sure that if you do want to go on to Odyssey and you have not signed up for an Odyssey yet, I can give you the link that will give us credit for bringing you over, and they give you credit too. So Odyssey is kind of cool because if you watch stuff over on Odyssey, you earn library tokens, coins, and then you can give them to you can like keep them. You can give them to content creators or help pin or boost their content with the library coins and stuff like that. I haven't looked as much into it as I possibly could have already, but you know, you use like we earn them and then like we use them to put like stake into our own videos. It's kind of cool. So is everybody over onto an Odyssey or the Rumble?
I'm on the Odyssey, but it's not working because I'm not signing as me. So that's annoying.
I got your Rumble link there, Riley.
What?
Let's see here.
Male ladybugs are important and they should be seen.
Yes. Ladybugs.
And they were represented, fair enough, in A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life did represent male ladybugs in a good way. I don't like them, but like that was a decent movie. Credit.
I used to. I'm gonna tell you. I used to dig up what I used to call bloodsuckers.
Bloodsucker.
I did. What do you think was a bloodsucker to me when little Lucky being 4 years old and digging in the dirt? I dug in the dirt for hours all the time. I have pictures of me. And when we lived in New Orleans, pictures of me sitting there squatting down like with a spoon or something, like just digging under the tree. No, it wasn't. It wasn't slugs.
Slugs.
No. Bloodsuckers. What would I call a bloodsucker, Steve?
Bloodsucker. I don't know.
Mosquito.
Worm. Mosquito.
No, I would dig them out of the ground.
Crickets.
Oh yeah, that does make sense.
Larva, the white larva things, like they're actually
Larva.
probably beetles, is what they probably are.
pupa.
But the ones with the red head or whatever, I would dig them all up. Yes, we need. Oh my gosh, Steve, we have to get you to do this. We need Ricky Rant's Garbage Pail Kids cards. Like, we need you to make our own Garbage Pail cards.
I haven't watched that movie yet.
For everyone?
Yes, everybody needs their own Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh my god.
Well, first we need to start with Ricky Rant's and like I think pasta.
Ricky Rant's could be easy because we already have a good comic face for him.
Yeah.
That somebody else already made. You know,
I never learned to ride a bike, gamer.
stylistically make one of those of everybody.
What? Al, you don't know how to ride a bike?
Well, I was afraid I'd fall, and we see now that I was correct. That was a possibility.
We see
I didn't
now
want to
that-
embarrass myself in the whole neighborhood, you know.
Norman.
Yeah, it's a trick. Like learning that
I wasn't good with balance, ironically. My equilibrium is not the best. I would be a shitty waiter.
Yeah, I went over the handlebars a few times myself. Got hit by a car one time.
I like lived on my bike when I was little.
I had
I'm gonna
a-
try
My
to
mother
get
tried to get me to ride a bike. She bought me one. It was purple. It was pretty.
My
I said nope.
My cousin left her 10-speed at my house. No, it was a 3-speed, like Columbia. It was like a nice bike. It was in really good shape and everything. And I rode it to the store. And as I'm like turning the corner from the top of my neighborhood, this old lady in like a gigantic Lincoln tags the front tire of the fucking thing, sends me flying. But I was perfectly fine. I didn't get hurt or nothing. The bike got the tire got all bent up. She made me put the bike in the back of her trunk and gave me a ride home. And then for I don't know, 5 years afterwards, my mom did hair for like all these old ladies and stuff and like gave them permanence and color and all these things. She would
Permanence.
do hair stuff, right, for old ladies. And like she had a giant hair dryer that looked like, you know, like an astronaut suit or something kind of thing. And so this lady would come there and she bought a brand new Schwinn version of that bicycle to give to my cousin because of that, and fixed the front tire. That was the only thing that was wrong with the bike, was like the front tire got fucked up. She bought a new wheel for that one. So then we had 2 bikes. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. Because it wasn't like it was high speed or anything. She was going really slow and just like happened to bounce the fucking corner of the car off the fucking front tire enough to bend it and send me over the handlebars. But it just goes to show everybody, safety first.
I rode a tricycle a lot. Said that's the same. And then we also had like big wheels.
Oh yeah, like
This is the
that.
thing. Yeah, that's not a tricycle.
That's not a tricycle. That's training.
No, an
wheels.
actual tricycle. But like, like we had like big wheels too that we would
Yeah.
get in, and we like ride in the neighborhood, like in the grass and shit.
Yeah,
that
dude.
was fun.
I had a
Those were the
green
days.
machine. I remember being like, I think I was 10 or something. I think it was like 1978. And they had a thing called a green machine. And it had like, instead of had a steering wheel, it had like 2 sticks. You know, it was kind of like tank sort of steering. And that was super fun. It did awesome like drifting and stuff if you got it going fast enough. And it would spin out and so on. We had a lot of fun as children, unsupervised, going fast down hills on weird various apparatus, wagons, go-karts that we made. You know, then we graduated to things with motors on them. Those are also fun and dangerous. My grandfather, that's what you remind me of, Elle. You said a tricycle. My grandfather had a 3-wheeler, like a sit-down chopper type of thing that had 2 big, fat, like knobby tires on the back and a Briggs and Stratton, friggin' lawn tractor motor on it, and a long frame, and it was shaped, kind of like a triangle. It had a
Feel better, go
smaller
start.
tire in the front, and it would go fast as shit. But those are dangerous because you can run over your legs because they have wheels behind you. If you put your legs down, you run over your legs, which is
All right, I think I caught up with the chat.
danger.
Is everybody on one of the two platforms? And did you hit the like button on these platforms? Did you do that?
Please do.
It really helps. I know it's probably annoying. You're like, oh my God, Lucky, stop. But if you could make sure that you are subscribed.
Did we say peace out to the YouTubes?
Not yet. We're getting there. I was going there.
Okay.
I wasn't quite there yet. I was just making sure everybody had a chance. And Drew, you enjoy the rest of your night.
Absolutely.
And Go Start, feel better. Go Start's toothache is bothering.
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst.
Way bad. Yep.
I hope
Probably
you
worse
feel
than a headache,
better.
actually.
Well, because it can cause more of an issue,
Yeah.
All right. Are we gonna say good night?
Cersei's never wearing clothes. Little.
What?
What? I don't know.
What is happening?
Talking about eating bugs.
¿Qué pasó?
All right, we are gonna go off of the YouTubes.
It's been fun, Google.
Do we want to do a countdown? Like, do we need a countdown? Should we do a fun thing? Where we're like, all right, we're gonna go from 5. We're gonna do it.
Could we end with FA?
Huh?
Look at the top of the screen on the right, and we could say it together.
Oh yeah. Okay. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Free Assange.
Free Assange.
We are not coordinated.
But free Assange. God damn it.
Free Assange.
Free Assange.
All right. I'm going to remove us.
Peace
from...
out, YouTubians.
Bye, YouTube.